Gentlemen, it brings me great pleasure to welcome you all to the second Nexus Pathfinder campaign. I'm so happy that you're all here. I will just read quickly the adventure hook that all of us received before starting our characters. The elders of Grimhaldor, a once thriving mountain stronghold, have hired the party for a mission of dire urgency. A string of disrupted supply ships, whether by piracy, war, or something more sinister, has left the people of Grimhaldor starving. With winter approaching, desperation grips the city, forcing the elders to negotiate an emergency exodus of their most valuable citizens to Othron, the dwarven capital that has agreed to provide refuge and aid. Your task is clear. Escort the refugees safely to Othron. The elders have promised payment upon successful completion of this mission. The journey to Grimhaldor has been long, cold, and brutal, and you all have found yourself in desperate need of warming your bellies with some of the finest northern ale known in the region.
Wow. Ooh, look at this.
I'm freezing cold. I'm gonna make a beeline for the door. Yeah, looks like a tough guy. I'm gonna take a seat here.
Sorry.
I can't seem to find myself here in the snow.
We will fix that, Sigrun.
Very good. A little late, gentlemen.
Are we familiar with who's all in the party, or do we need to figure that out?
You are not. You know no one. You all walk into this tavern and you find great respite from the cold, harsh outside with the blizzard storming. Some of you are northern folk and some of you are not, less used to the cold conditions of Grimhaldor. You enter this tavern with a sign that was creaking on the outside, bashing against the wind and snow, labeled The Frosted Stag, and icicles were hanging off of its entrance. And as you walk in, you're greeted by the tavern proprietor. He's washing a wooden ale mug and nods at you all and says, "Go find the seat. I'll be there shortly to take your orders."
Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello, may I sit at this table?
Of course.
Ah, thanks. Burr, it sure is cold outside.
You look quite nippy.
Ah, yes. Yes, I am. What is your name?
Valen. So it took me a moment.
Ah. Oh, pleasure to meet you, Valen. I'm Finn Barnes.
Nice to meet you.
Ah, you as well.
You watch as the tavern proprietor comes over to the table, eyes the seats, and comes over here and says, "I'm sorry, lads, this table's reserved. The one behind you, though, is entirely empty."
Oh, yeah, pardon me.
Thank you for informing us.
He walks over to the shadowy figure in the corner and says, "Sir, may I get you anything?"
Asher pulls his hood a little bit. An ale, if you please.
An ale and some company. Looks like there's an extra seat over there. Why don't you go join those lads and I'll be right with you.
Asher links over to the table.
Some real My Chemical Romance vibes coming off of Asher here.
Hello, friends.
I'm assuming
Welcome.
hidden. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, good.
I'm assuming hidden behind the height of the counter. I'm gonna approach the barkeeper and maybe just give a little tug on his closer to say like, "Hey,
He
get
looks
his
and says,
attention.
"Good grief, you scared me! Stinking gnome skirting around. What do you want?"
I'd like to give a little half bow and say, well, it just seems to me that I'm meeting those people at the table over there, and I'd like to make a good impression. Can I cover their drinks and food?
I
And I
suppose we could make that happen. Why don't I open a tab for you? And he grabs a little piece of parchment scroll and takes out a quill and says, "Name, please."
it's Orvin.
Orvin. What would that be? Is there any silent Q's in that?
I don't think so.
You can never tell with you gnomish types. Orvin. And you kind of take a glance at the ink that he's put onto this parchment. He's butchered the spelling terribly. He says, "All right, well,
Looks great.
we'll start out with some ales and perhaps bring out some nicer things after the first round. How's that sound?"
That sounds great. Thank you.
Very good.
Girk is going to turn to this gentleman to his left. I'm going to go, hey, you look pretty strong, man. I'm going to gesture at your arm. May I?
Valen's gonna look and be like, "Oh, what's that smell?"
Fucking, that's rude. And I'm going to go and sit over by the dwarf here. You're looking pretty strong yourself.
I do appreciate it. Do I sense a sort of tinge in the air as you sat down?
I don't know. I didn't know dwarves' noses were that good.
Perhaps mine is not. What is your name?
I'm Girk. Girk Nugbirch. At your service. And I'm gonna like stamp my feet together and salute.
A noble house, Nugbirch. It is good to meet you.
If you say so.
Hello, mysterious friend. Gesturing to the gentleman to my right. Who might you be? Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Well, it's good to meet you, Asher. Yep.
The tavern proprietor comes down and is holding a flight of ales, and he sets them down. And as he does, it's quite an impactful drop, and the froth kind of spills onto the table. And he looks, "Well, aren't you talking about what is that smell?" As he turns to Girk.
And then Girk's gonna turn kind of behind him. Like,
Right.
what is he looking at? I don't remember ordering an ale.
Don't worry. The little bearded one seems to cover it for you. Enjoy.
Well, actually, wait. Before you go, could I have 2 more, please? I drink fast.
He kind of looks over to Orvin.
And Orvin looks up at him and gives him a smile and a nod.
3? 3 more?
And a little eyebrow raise appears from Orvin, but he's still smiling and nodding.
Two's okay.
Make it 3.
3's better.
I'll drink 3 more.
And I'm gonna tip a hat that's not there. I don't have a hat. But
He kind of leans over the counter and says, "Don't make me have to cut you off."
no, I drink all of you under the table.
That's what they all say.
Well, goblins can drink, hey?
Some of them. I can speak for myself for sure.
I can't say I've met too many.
You got to get out more, my friend. We're everywhere. We breed like rabbits.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of rabbits, have you ever had roasted rabbit?
Oh, it's been 100 years, I think. Just haven't found the time.
So gamey. It's yeah.
You
my favorites.
like the gamey taste. That's respectable.
I do. Actually, I recently had farm-raised rabbits. First time ever. I will say, there is a certain quality to them.
Well, actually, if I may, it's the gamey taste is all about how you prepare your rabbit. May I suggest, if you don't like the gamey taste, use some seasoning. The finest in Cora usually do best.
And what if you wanted to enhance the gamey taste?
As you're talking,
Sure,
the
there's,
tavern proprietor brings 3 more ales, eyes the goblin up and down, and you can sort of see him plugging his nose and walks back off.
I've got one in each hand.
Asher's gonna take his ale and just sort of like nurse it, but he's almost more hiding behind it than anything.
It's just like mugging your face.
Just like
Yes. Yes, but to your question, to enhance the gamey flavor, Finn pulls out a book and starts flipping through it. I don't know, but I'm sure I can try to find out somewhere in my book. I should have studied on this before.
That must be quite the book you have, friend.
Oh, just on this adventure, I brought some of my favorite scholarly books with me.
The wise thing to bring.
Yes.
I dare say we'll need them.
As I'm on, this adventure here, I'm still a student, so I must maintain some level of academia.
Very scholarly of you.
Thank you.
I have a bit of a scholarly bent myself, so I can certainly
Do you?
commiserate with you in that regard.
Well, this is great, because I am actually in my final year of study at the Scholar Quarter in Cora.
Is that the case?
Yes, and this is the last thing that I need to do before I do my present my thesis to the group. So hopefully I can graduate and remain top of the class.
Fascinating. What is it you're studying?
It's just general studies right now.
So you really
general
got a bunch of.
studies.
I'm going to interrupt. You really got a bunch of books?
Just 3.
I didn't know they still made those.
Oh yes,
And what,
very much so.
You read them?
I read them, rereading them, a little mix of both.
As this is happening, suddenly you hear the door from the north smash open, and you hear a and a minotaur comes clamping in, and with one fell swoop, he takes his horns and gores the goblin in front of you, sending blood splattering.
That rat bastard. I've been chasing that son of a bitch through these northern mountains since the Lushlands. That little stinker and his raiding party trashed. Sorry. They destroyed my farm, and they ate all my prized rabbits.
No.
Oh, great heavens.
So I apologize for the violence, but I've had my fill. Again, I apologize. Can I buy you guys around, or?
Well, it looks like
Orvin,
there's
just-
drinks waiting for you.
Orvin, blood still on the lenses of his glasses, is just mouth agape, horrified at what he's just witnessed.
And even more horrified is the tavern proprietor, who's standing holding a tray of drinks, looking at the mess that this minotaur has created. Did you just kill one of my customers?
I am so sorry, sir. I am so sorry, and I'm gonna grab 5 gold pieces out of my pocket.
That's a
here.
lot for a level 1.
and then just
Farm.
slip that in. I realize I've made quite a mess, sir. That should help with the cleaning fee.
He takes the gold and says, "We have a strict no bar fighting policy, especially gored murder like that. You're lucky that was a goblin and not one of these other ones."
It was a just cause, I assure you.
I hope so. Clean this mess up.
Well, that's why I gave you all that gold.
Clean it up, he says.
I couldn't have given them all
Finn-
5.
Finn looks at everybody and sees all that, and he runs over the quarter and just pukes right here.
I'll go clean that up.
Well, I guess, gentlemen, again, I apologize. I hope I haven't ruined your evening. I hope this gentleman wasn't of any use to you, but pardon me, and I'm gonna turn around and start cleaning up the mess.
All right. The Minotaur and the gnome make quick work of the spray and seem to do a pretty good job of tidying.
Can I help them? And as I'm helping them, just pat Girk over and see if he's got anything.
Let's take a look what Girk had.
What did Girk have?
Girk had a staff, he had leather armor, and he had 15 gold.
Ooh.
I would like to attempt to pickpocket the gold.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
There's no... Who are you trying to hide from here? Usually the pickpocket is against...
Everyone.
All right, make a... Throw in your actions. Try and throw it out from there.
I think it's under skills.
Yeah, thievery, bottom right. Deal.
Palm and object, I think, would be more appropriate.
Yeah, I'm just looking at everyone's perception. The highest among the group is an 18. With Asher, that's you, so it would be 17 for Sigrun. So DC 17, throw it out there. Oof. The 16. Everyone watches as the diligent Minotaur and Gnome are cleaning up this mess, and you see this hooded fetchling just begin to rifle through his pockets and start to pull the gold out of his pockets and put them into his bag.
Hey, I would say anybody perception 16 and under shouldn't see it.
Sigrun, you notice this.
Sigrun duly notices.
Note taken.
Do I notice him noticing?
No, you're too busy rifling through this corpse.
I pocket 15 gold.
All right.
And so the mess is all clean?
It is.
All right, well, with my bloodlust satiated and my mess cleaned, I guess I'll bid you all adieu.
No.
Would you not join us for a drink?
Yeah.
Oh,
You took care of a foul smell. You must drink with us.
And there are drinks waiting for you that have been left undrunk.
Yeah.
it's like you planned for me to be here.
I'll buy you a round even.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I can't help but notice you do have the coin for it.
Nice. Well, whoever's buying them, I'm gonna need at least 3 more, as I am a Minotaur and I am quite large.
I'll pick up the other 2.
Oh. Quite the spender you are, my friend.
Finn's gonna move over a seat. The last gentleman that ordered 3 drinks at this table just got horns through his guts.
You must be a good student, Finn. That's a good observation.
Thank you. Part of my studies is noticing patterns, and oh boy, if that isn't a pattern.
Let's hope it isn't.
No.
I hope so, but the laws of Shrathian say that once a pattern begins, it takes an act to end it.
Hey, Hank, are you looking for work?
As a matter of fact, I am. My farm has been destroyed and my quest has been fulfilled. I'm not sure what to do with myself now. I'd love some work.
Well, it seems we were all strangers before we gathered around this table, but the rest of us, at least, are here for a common cause, and it seems to me like you might be, with those fabulous horns and huge muscles, you would be a fine addition to help us out on this.
I accept. I would love to join you as long as there's more ale and throw one from
Sir, you've yet to hear of our quest.
That's fine. I'm serious, man. I had nothing going on after this. Like nothing. Like nothing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I know not quite what to say to you.
You guys are really real lifesavers. Because I'm serious. Nothing.
I don't want to speak for the. Is everybody else cool with this?
I see no reason to not.
Absolutely.
A void has been filled.
Thank God. I didn't even know where I was going to sleep tonight. So, thank you, gentlemen. This is a new purpose.
Ah, yes. Yes, a new purpose. Ah, great.
As you guys are beginning to learn a little bit more about your newfound compatriots, you see a guard in chainmail armor walk up, and he's holding a book with a quill. And he stops by the table and says, "Who's here for the refugee escort?"
Ah, yeah,
I among
that
them?
would be us.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to need a signature and a waiver for liability here. And he puts down this book. And upon some closer inspection, in the fine print it says, "The people of Othron and Grimhaldor waive all liability to the escorters for these refugees. Effects may result in permanent dismemberment, magical curses, and very likely death." And he kind of points his calloused finger to the dotted line. "Sign here."
Just before we sign, if I may, and Finn will just flip through the whole book and everything.
Wow. Impressive.
Turns it upside down and everything. Yeah. I'll reach out for the quill.
He passes it to you.
Okay, Finn, this is it. You can do it. And I'll sign Finn Barnes on the.
All right.
Eager and will sign.
Anybody else? Please.
Here, friend.
No, I'll pass the quill in the book.
Sure. Pass it along.
All right.
Asher's gonna pause, looking between the two doors, eye the guard up and down, and then just like put an X next to his name on the contract.
He takes the book and snags the quill after he's received all signatures. He says, "Very well. We'll meet you outside in Grimhaldor at town outskirts in about an hour. Enjoy your ale. It'll be the last one that you have for a while."
Mr. Guard, if I may, do you need that quill anymore? Is it possible that I can have it?
"I do indeed need it. Thank you."
Yeah.
And he struts off.
Darn the luck.
You guys all kind of follow his gaze. You follow him as he walks outside to the corner of the tavern. And in between you, you see a goblin sitting alone at a table who's staring at Hank. Quivering, shaking.
Do I notice this?
Yes.
Quivering goblin? "Oh, do not be afraid, little one. I'm going to turn to everybody. By the way, I apologize. My name is Hank Heavyhorn. And, I normally do not condone such violence. It's really just not in my nature. But trust me, he had it coming. But yes, you have nothing to fear, little goblin."
The goblin hears you speak and passes out, falls cold on the floor.
Dang.
Well, what can you do?
Well, we have an hour. Anybody else get hungry?
I could eat. It might be the last meal we have for some time.
Oh, I could always eat.
What's your favorite food?
Goblin mostly? No, that wasn't.
Your sense of humor is cool.
Thank you. And might I say, your signature was spectacular. Very.
Was it? Did you really like it? I've been
Fun
working
preface.
on my signature for years now. Thank you so much for noticing.
You can tell. It's been paying off.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So have you guys done missions or adventures like this before?
Well, I have a little experience as a field medic, but other than that, I'm quite new to the trade, and looking forward to what is coming.
Ah, okay.
Wow,
Field
you're a field medic.
That's
For
awesome.
some time, yes, and a cleric, of course.
Wow, you must have quite the stories then.
All in due time, friend. I'm sure you do as well.
Yes, of course, of course.
Asher says, "Rest assured, this is not my first job." And then goes back to sipping his ale.
A seasoned veteran.
It'll be good to have a seasoned veteran with us.
Aye.
If it wasn't perfectly clear from what I said earlier, this is the first time that I have really left Korra. As I'm 26 years old, so but rest assured, I have been studying the art of combat and mastering my craft as a magus, and I will do nothing but help the party. But tips along the way would be greatly appreciated, as I do at the end of this have to write a thesis to present.
My friend, the world is not in your books and maps. It's out there.
Yes.
Very poetic. World
Oh, Asher, what do you do for fun?
Oh, and I'm gonna look down at the little fucking guy I just noticed speaking. Hey, I didn't even see you down there.
Hey, we clean the floors together.
Pardon me. I thought it was a cat.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Hank.
I'm gonna have to put a bell on you so I don't step on you.
Oh, yeah, maybe on the back of the hat here.
Yes, I would crush you with 1 foot.
Oh, yeah, probably. Probably.
Pardon the interruption.
Asher looks in his drink for a little bit. On. Goes back to sipping.
Well found.
Orvin, you said it was.
Tough crowd.
Right?
As you guys are talking, the proprietor comes over and sort of kneels down to meet the head height of Orvin and says, "Would you like food to join that tub as well?"
Yes, please. Thank you for asking.
Very well. And he stands up, kind of rubbing his back, and says, "What would you lot like to eat?"
Steak and eggs, I should say.
Well, we don't have eggs. Anything else?
The bird flu.
Could we just get a big roast we could just kind of take a knife and just kind of have at it?
Well, listen, I'll be real to you. The supply ships have been cut off a long time ago, and all we have is mammoth chops. They're a few days old, but with a little butter, you can't tell. A round of those for each of you.
You guys like mammoth chops?
Sure.
Never tried, but if I may make a suggestion, good barkeep, with the butter, a little bit of garlic and thyme if you have it.
We don't have it. Supply ships have been cut off. Mammoth chops for all. And he walks off.
Oh.
I hate mammoth chops.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Hank, can you eat meat?
Oh, I love meat. As long as it's ethically sourced.
Oh, these aren't ethically sourced! You hear him shouting across the bar.
Did he say they are or they aren't?
No.
Yeah, I think he said he said they. It's
Make a
unclear.
perception check for me, Hank, to hear what you heard.
Oh, shit, okay.
First roll of the new campaign. An 11.
Oh.
Yeah, you heard that they were very ethically sourced. And it puts your heart at great ease.
That's fine. They're not my first choice, but, you know, like I said, long as they're ethically sourced.
I'm glad to hear that they are.
Ulgrif Harkinson comes round with a large table of meat, and you see... Well, you had a low perception check, but the others may or may not have seen a maggot in one of them. But the steam is coming off them, and it gives a hearty, little bit foul, but still satiating aroma. And he drops the plates in front of you all and says, "Eat up. It'll be the last good meal you'll have for a while."
Tigran's just grinding it in his stone mouth. Weird. Looks weird.
Asher's just gonna dig in. He's
Like a nutcracker.
going right for it.
I'm eating like a bub like.
Like a cow, yeah.
Finn is cautiously like turning it over and inspecting his chop.
Right.
Say, Hank, I think you could use a second plate. Would you like some more?
Oh, I could. Well, sure.
Yeah. I'd like to turn to the barkeep and try and wave for another plate.
He looks over at you and says, "Are you sure, lad? Seconds are extra. Supplies are tight around here. How much gold do you have anyway?"
1 second, and I'd like to stand up on this stool here so I can see
You
him,
hop up and
I-
you sort of put your elbows onto the rim of the stool and muscle yourself up to the top.
Hey, and I'd like to take out my 15 gold, and I'd just like to lay them out one by one. Like, here's all I've got.
Oh, that should be more than enough. Yeah, it's a funny coincidence. It costs exactly 15 gold for everything we bought today.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. Don't know what to tell you. But you're good. Don't worry about it. Just leave that here with me, and I'll make sure your tummies are full.
Or Orvin would just look back at the group and kind of see them all feasting on the mammoth chops and drinking their ale, and he's gonna turn back and say, okay.
Oh, very good.
Uh-huh.
Very well. You can see him hold out a little leather pouch on the other side underneath the counter, and he just swipes the gold. And ding, 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 as they all clamber in. He tightens, draws the knot, and puts it underneath the counter and says, "I'll have bottomless ales for you coming up shortly. Go enjoy
Is there any-
yourself, Master Gnome."
Is there any chance I Secret can hear this right behind him?
Yeah, I think so. You're right next to him.
Okay.
I'm trying to be discreet for what it's worth.
Okay, make a perception check, please.
Sorry, let me just look at... it's the eye, right? Okay, sweet.
Here, it's in the chat for you there. Or, that's
Okay.
good too. Oh, and you're privately rolling, but that's fine. With a
My
22,
bad, I didn't know.
You did hear everything.
Okay. Are you gonna sit back down, Oruven?
Yes.
Not... Okay. Torax...
You said
or-
my name correctly.
sorry.
Thanks.
Secret's gonna just ruffle around in his pocket and very stealthily, he hopes, pull out 10 gold coins and slide him over. Little friend, there you go. Take some money.
My dwarf friend, that is unbelievably kind of you. Thank you so much for offering, and I'd like to push it back towards him and say, I can't accept this.
Okay. Puts it back.
Great!
Orphan's a little surprised. The gnomish culture handles this situation slightly different, but he accepts and he's satisfied with
He
the
was
outcome.
totally expecting to receive that gold.
Oh, that's good.
Well, Mr. Valen, quite an impressive pose you strike.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
believe,
you.
Sigrun, you got the elf's name yet.
Oh, my bad. Can we just say I didn't? Can I get your name, my friend?
Yes, my name is Valen.
Valen, do you have another name?
I do have a last name, yes. Kidmanor.
Very well. I can't say I recognize it, but it's good to meet you.
Perfect. Then we can be friends.
It's a strong name you have there.
What do you do for fun, Valen?
I don't know. I've been going through the rhythms of life chosen for me, and only now have I broken out of that.
Okay.
Well, good for you to break out. I hope that it serves you well and doesn't end in your death.
Well, that's the goal.
The tavern keep comes and tops up everyone's ale and delivers another round of mammoth chops, this time notably from better stock than the first selection he gave.
Come on.
Good.
Let me know if you need anything else, he says.
We'll be needing more.
Get 15 gold worth of mammoth chops.
We got
Take something to go.
As Asher's going through his, eating his mammoth chop, he notices a maggot on it, brushes it off, and sticks a dagger, pins it to the table with a dagger, and then goes back to eating.
Egren's gonna reach over, get the maggot.
You're not gonna eat that?
Just grind it.
At this point in time, everyone has seemingly made acquaintance with everybody surrounding the table. First off, with Hank Heavyhorn.
Oh, cool.
Minotaur.
Let's go.
To Hank's immediate right, you see the small gnome Othron Nomlidak.
Oh, it's sick. A good head of hair.
To Orvan's right sits Sigrun Abenzaneg, a dwarf, seemingly made entirely of stone. And to Sigrun's right, a hooded figure, Asher Blackthorn. Sitting next to Asher is a noble-looking middle-aged elf, Valen Keenminor. And finally, sitting to Valen's right, you see a human magus, Finn Barnes.
I have
Welcome,
eyes you could
party.
fall in love with.
They're so dreamy. Orvin says out loud. I gotta get out more.
Finn just inadvertently just flips his hair.
Wow, this guy. That's funny.
Hank,
Yes, sir.
I'd be curious how you'd fare in arm wrestle.
Oh.
I'm really like a big belly laugh. I'd love an arm wrestle.
Well, let's go for it.
And I'm gonna throw my giant bovine claw out there.
Asher would like to, as they're setting up for this arm wrestle, Asher would like to turn to the rest of the party and be like, "Would anyone like to place a bet? Anyone? Bets? Huh?
That's an interesting idea.
Orvin looks at his empty pockets. Avoids eye contact with Asher.
I'll put down 1 gold for Hank.
Nice.
Asher will.
I'll remove that from my inventory, presumably.
I don't know normally, but no, I've actually read of tavern shenanigans, and I know that this is where a fool and his gold are soon parted. So, thank you for the offer, but I must decline.
Have you placed your bets then?
Well, one of us has.
Oh.
Any takers? Any takers? I'll look at Valen.
It seems a fool and his gold hath been parted this day.
As exciting as this is, for some reason, I feel like there's something I miss. I need to follow and go out this door. We can do this arm wrestle later.
Oh, okay.
Dwarf's gonna snatch his gold back up.
A rain check then.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hank. How about
Yes.
we have an arm wrestle?
Well,
We'll just separate this scene in two here. Valen just gets up to go and notice something outside, and Valen, you see the goblin had snuck off, and all the while you had seen him slowly get up from his faint and spot the Minotaur again, and he crept back to the wall and slowly scurried himself across the tavern, and as he got to the bar stools, you could see him squeezing in between them with his eyes locked on the Minotaur, and as soon as he was out of sight, he bolted for the door. And he sees your face and says,
What are you doing?
Don't tell the Minotaur! Please!
I'll tell him if you don't tell me who you are and what you're doing.
Please! Just kill me! I'd rather die than those hordes!
I'm gonna try lift him and bring him back in.
okay, I'm gonna need an athletics check from you.
Okay, would that be?
It's in the chat there for you.
Oh, there.
What? This poor guy.
nice.
That will be a success. You grab the poor, terrified goblin, and you bring him back inside.
By his clothes, I want to hang him on Hank's horn.
As you bring the goblin closer towards Hank, you can see him struggling and squirming. But as the proximity shortens between him and this beast, you can see him just go petrified, and all of the green just drains from his face until it's a stark pale white, and he's just catatonic, hanging from this thing, shaking.
Sorry, Hank. I had to. I need to understand what's going on here.
I'm sure you have your reasons. But yes, what is the meaning of this? Well, as I've got the goblin on my horn. All right, goblin. Start talking. What's your deal?
He just looks at this.
Please!
Don't pee.
As soon as you say this, you can see urine begin to fall
No.
down in your thigh of his
I'm
leg.
gonna
guy.
take him off my horn and hold him out away from me.
I'll clean that up.
Don't eat me, please!
No,
No
come
one's
on.
gonna eat you if you tell us what you're doing.
I was running from this beast!
He says.
For what reason?
Reason!
He says.
Oh, that was a one-off. Trust me, they had it coming.
He pulls a leather sack from his pocket and tosses it on the table and says,
Please, let me go!
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna hand it back. Well, I'm gonna hand it back to the goblin. And we don't want your money. Can I? Well,
Maybe he wants an
Yeah.
ale?
Sam, can I make a perception check to see if this goblin has the same like bloodline characteristics as Gork?
Sure.
Yeah, where is?
It's in the chat there.
Oh, thank you.
It's hard to say. All goblins look the same.
hell yeah. I have no vendetta against goblins, little goblin.
Except for that one, he says.
Oh yeah, except for that one. He ate my rabbits.
I'm going
Yeah.
to need you to make a diplomacy check. I'll throw that in the chat for you.
Thank you.
Ooh, nice.
I was lucky.
The goblin, slowly you can see the green color flush back to his face, and he hyperventilates a little bit. And he takes the sack that you gave him, and he empties all the gold out of it onto the table, and he puts it up to his mouth. Okay. Nope, yep, that's okay. That's a normal thing to happen. That's fine. Just put me down and I'll be on my way then.
And I will gently set the goblin
Hank,
down.
Before you let him down,
Okay.
in one of my psychology classes, I learned that people may act like this whenever they're really scared. They may show signs of being scared because maybe they had something to do with an underlying factor. I'm just saying, do you think that it's possible that this one knew Gork, and maybe this one's so scared because they actually ate your rabbits too?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Garkujelli in the chat. Does his breath smell of rabbit?
Yeah, I don't want to slice over his stomach just to find out.
I would like to attempt an intimidation, and I'm gonna go.
You don't need to attempt. You have succeeded with your presence.
I'm gonna ask it. Did you eat my rabbits?
No, I would never eat a rabbit.
Can I tell if they're telling the truth?
Make a perception check for me, please.
Oh Lord. Okay, sorry about that.
Ooh, the natural.
Dude, good rolls.
First nat 20 of the campaign.
First nat 20, Hank Heavyhorn. You.
Critical Hank.
Granted, it is very difficult to tell, considering that this poor goblin has just soiled himself, and it was absolutely petrified by the stunt that you pulled off, introducing yourself to the new party. But you know that it's very unlikely that this goblin has never eaten a rabbit. Its preferred meal? Probably not, but under the grips of starvation, you would not put it past it.
Okay, but you didn't eat my rabbits, that's for sure. So, I will set it down, pat it on its head, and say I have no quarrel with this goblin.
Okay,
Take
thank
your
you,
money
bye!
before you go.
And he runs, leaving his coin on the table.
Oh,
Well,
poor
back to the
Buck.
arm wrestle, I guess.
Well, now there's a bet on the table, but nobody's
Hey.
receiving it.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this, Hank? Seeing as that goblin's probably not coming back for his money, how about we arm wrestle for the money on the table?
There's 5 gold on the table.
Okay, all right.
Like-
Who wants it first then? What?
Like Hank and Aruban?
I've just got a thing I just got to go grab, and I'll be right back. But you wanna start the arm wrestle?
Yeah, and I'm gonna put my hand down and I'm gonna just throw out my pinky.
Uh-huh.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, I'll be right back.
Is there some performance drugs that are taking place behind doors?
Yeah, what?
I wonder what he's going to get.
You watch the gnome walk in with riding a large mechanized something, and it sort of
Awesome.
whirs and creaks.
Wow.
Could probably use a good oiling, as that you can hear metal screeching on metal as it comes in. And as he sets down, you see envelopes of steam begin to pour out of the top.
All right, let's do this thing.
Wow.
I'm arm wrestling that. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna need both of you guys to make an athletics check. We'll just make it DC 1, and we're just gonna take the higher of 2 rolls.
Nice. Here it comes. Uh-oh.
That is a 15 for Hank Heavyhorn and a 20 for Bobbin. You put your furry arm out, and it's met with the cold metallic touch of this construct. And you can see the little gnome peering out from under it, and he smiles, and he turns a knob, like a little wheel. And the arm just traps your arm. Ow!
Holy hell. I have been bested by a metal beast. I'm impressed with your invention. This is truly a testament of strength.
You're too kind, Hank.
No. Well, I don't want to do that again, so... Valen?
Let's go for it.
All right.
You can use the same roll in chat.
Let's see if an actual person will be a little easier. That was that was scary.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's a 10 from Valen.
Oh, sorry.
What shall the Minotaur roll? And that is a 14 with Hank.
Oh,
You see the Minotaur and the elf grasp hands. And it is a bit of a struggle, but you can see that the elf is no match for the Minotaur's strength, as he is bested as you, with a grunt through your nose, bam! Best
He
to your
still
elf
got it.
opponent.
still got it. See? See, that was... He cheated before,
Yeah,
clearly.
clearly.
Pop up your
Very
chest.
strong.
No, that was well fought. I wasn't sure I'd have that.
Kotku in the chat, Hank should be doing it left-handed.
I'll use my foot next time.
With those thigh muscles?
See, yeah. Almost gotcha.
If Finn wants to go up to Orvin suit and like knock on the side of it
Yeah.
to get Orvin's attention, be like, I'm sorry, is this a gnomish mech suit?
I guess you could call it a mech suit, perhaps.
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you call it?
Well, it's more an extension of me rather than something that I wear.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
This-
I've heard of the
Sorry,
gnomish mech
let
suit
me
before.
let me back up. This is Bobbin.
Oh. Oh, hi, Bobbin.
Bobbin the Strong, I shall call him.
Orvin makes Bobbin do a little wave to you.
Astra says, that sounds a lot like mech suit.
No, I've studied some gnomish mechanics, but I've never seen anything like this in person before. If sometime you could explain it to me and like how it works, I would.
I would
really interested.
I would love to, Finn.
Did you make this yourself, or did you buy it, or?
Orvin's just red. He's just loving this. Yeah, I did actually make this.
What? You made this?
Yeah.
How does? Golly, can I just? Do you mind if I just like examine it, like take a look?
Totally.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much.
Please make a
And
perception
Finn's-
check, Finn.
Yep.
It's in the chat.
Toss him the keys.
As soon as you glance your eyes, you kind of bend down to look at its torso, and suddenly a little sprocket, bang, pops out and hits you in the forehead. Ow! And you see steam pouring out of it.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No,
that
no,
wasn't
no.
supposed to happen.
It's okay. I've known in my studies that these types of extensions aren't really the best in the cold weather, so don't let this be an ode to your craftsmanship. This is truly just an unfortunate elemental effect.
Oh, let's get you patched up.
Yeah.
And I'd like to just check out where he got hit and just clean it up if it needs any cleaning. Take a clean rag from my tool belt and just wipe away any grease.
Right.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I can't wait to speak with you on the interlooped steam mechanics that you have to power this. As I just like look around, all Finn's looking all through it. Really interested in steam generation. It's one of my definitely one of my main interests.
I had no idea. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, this is really cool. You're really cool.
Orvid's just on his chair, just he's happy.
So, like,
He's
what
happy.
else, Vin?
Awesome. All right. Well, then, Finn's just gonna, walk over. Sigrun?
Yes, that's me.
Wow. I've heard of dwarfs, and I've seen a few in my day, but none quite like your build. Do you mind if
I will admit. Go.
Do you mind if I tap you?
I'll take no offense.
Okay. So I'll tap his arm, and
As you do, your finger imprints on cold stone, seemingly made of marble.
wow. How does that work?
I wish I could tell you. I can only imagine my father was the same way. And I sort of move my head, my beard all clacks because it's made of stone
It's
too.
just like a big crunchy gravel.
Yeah, it's like beads, kind of.
Yeah.
Your poor mother.
I can only imagine she was one heck of a woman.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Impressive.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Finn's just gonna turn to his right. Asher? Tip a hat that I don't have.
Asher tugs at his hood.
And Balin, that armor that you have, what make is that?
It's. I don't actually have the details
so
on that right now.
I am so sorry to interrupt you while you're eating. I didn't even notice you had a mouthful of mutton chop.
Yeah,
Mammoth
you
chop.
caught me off guard.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'll come back.
Perfect.
Furious Googling. Okay, Valen, that bought us some time.
And Hank, I have never met a Minotaur, or I'm sorry, I don't even know what to. I've never met someone like you before. and I
Minotaur
don't know
was
much
the.
about you.
That is the correct term. I'm gonna take a
Okay.
knee and shake your hand.
Yeah, shake back. If you see me staring at you, don't take offense to it.
Oh,
I'm
no worries.
Just trying to detail everything that I possibly can on my adventure here, and that goes for everybody.
Okay. Do you draw? Are you?
I have drawn before. Not the best at it.
Okay.
Why
As
would
if
you
you-
like me to draw something, or?
Well, if you ever needed, to study and perhaps take some illustrations, I have several poses I could perhaps display for you.
Would you strike one?
Well, actually, give me 1 second. I gotta go see. My quill is. Oh, I didn't bring an extra one, and it's acting up in the in this cold weather here. Let me
get it.
Barkeep. Do you happen to have a quill
Oh, of course.
in maybe a larger piece of parchment?
A sure thing. He seems to be quite obliged to ascertaining any sort of request after the large windfall that he had come into.
Great service.
Oh, I aim to please, he says, and he hands the quill and parchment to Finn.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, Hank, I'd love to give it a try.
All right. Well,
Can
I'll
you
give
s-
you
Can
one.
can you give me? I don't want your best one though, because I just met you, and I don't think that I deserve that one. Can I get your third best pose?
All right. You can have. I was gonna do my best one. It's my favorite one. But
Oh well, you know what? Then don't pose however you'd like.
Okay. Well, I
Hank,
mean, it's
I
not.
think we're going to need to see this on camera.
It's not the last. Oh God. All right. It won't be the last time you see it. Don't worry. This is my favorite pose. You guys know the Z's pose,
No.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
where he puts
Oh, yes!
one hand up,
The horns.
So cool.
and he hits that one, and you hear a little in the background somewhere.
Finn's just gonna look around and Finn's just gonna start to sketch.
Okay. Finn,
Take
give
your
me
time.
Give me a performance check, please.
We're holding his arms up and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, I can hold them all day. Oh no!
Oh.
Oh,
Your figures still haven't quite warmed up from the cold numbing outside, and it's a pretty miserable attempt at a drawing.
Here, and I'll hold it up to Hank. What do you think?
You know,
I think it looks great.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Here, I'll turn it back around and I'll sign it at the bottom as my artist, like a real artist does. I'll be like, here you are, bud. That's
gonna
for you.
hold
That's
it.
an original.
and I'm gonna wipe away a couple tears, and I'm gonna go. No one has ever drawn me in such a way. And I'm gonna fold it up, and I'm gonna tuck it into my breastplate armor.
As you're doing this, Olgrif, the tavern proprietor, is walking past you and says, "Oh, that's sweet. Is that your little child's kindergarten drawing? Very nice." And he continues on his way.
Hey,
Now listen. If he wasn't the barkeep, I'd go over there and I'd give him a piece of my mind. But unfortunately, he has fed and provided us with ale. But that was rude, I'm gonna say, mostly under my breath.
So anti-confrontational.
Sorry he said that. I loved your drawing.
That was rude, I whispered on the way home.
I whispered quietly to myself.
well, thanks, Hank, but I'm used to it. And Finn's just gonna sit down and just look at his ale that he hasn't drank yet.
oh.
Well, how about we have a toast?
Yes.
What?
Oh.
Two?
What kind of bread are we using?
That was clever.
How old are you, Finn?
I'm 26 years old.
Wow.
Do I need to recall knowledge on the legal drinking age?
It's a free-for-all at Shreve. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Did you mean? Oh, hold on. Toast of. Oh, with our drinks. Sorry.
You had it. You had that in your scroll.
I propose that we toast to new beginnings.
Yes.
In the beginning.
To new beginnings.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
The group all holds up their tankards of mead and cheers to a new beginning. After which time, it feels like perhaps an hour has passed. The words of the guard echo in your minds, telling you to meet the outskirts of Grimhaldor in an hour.
Well, we wouldn't want to be
Gentlemen,
late.
I don't mean to rush us or anything like that, but I hate being late for things. We must be on time, and we are approaching the hour where we agreed to meet there. Can we go? We got to settle our tab real quick, and then we can go.
You hear Olgrif bark from the other side of the bar. "Tab settled, don't worry about it."
Who? That was a lot of food. Who settled our tab? Surely this can't be free.
Why don't you
said
ask
don't
your
worry
small
about
little
it.
friend about it, he says.
Oh, moneybags over there.
So kind.
Wow. Orvin, did you pay for everything?
Hey guys, I just wanted to get off to a good start with everybody here.
Well, thank you.
Wow.
Well, I would say anytime, but we'll see. We'll see.
One trick
I'll get the
wonder.
next one. Hank's gonna stand up like violently, like, well, we can't be late then. We have to go.
Or Secret will slowly get up.
Orvin, why don't you take the 5 gold that's on the table there and, to help reimburse? Maybe, hopefully that covered the cost. I mean, surely we didn't pay more than
That would
6
more
gold
than
Yeah,
more
should-
than cover the cost.
Yeah, well, I mean, just based off the basic economics of Sharathia, there's no way that we paid more than, or you paid more than 6 gold for that.
Yeah, you would have been scammed otherwise.
Yeah, that.
I dare say the same.
So take.
Bobbin nervously shifts in the seat.
Wait a minute. I know those. I know that type of movement. Did you pay more than 6 gold?
It was a
I mean, if you want
misinput.
to share.
My hand slipped. I just.
Does this place have one of those automatic tip buttons?
They don't, no.
Orvin's nervously fidgeting with the controls of Bobbin, and he's not making eye contact with anybody. A single bead of sweat starts to fall down his face.
Well, all my observations tell me that you probably got scammed here. Let's take that 5 gold. And hopefully it will offset the cost. Hopefully you didn't pay anything ridiculous, though.
Sure. I'll. Thanks.
Anyways, let's get going.
What a kind and talented bunch of folks I have stumbled upon.
Do you really think that? Do you really think that everybody's kind?
From what I've seen and what I know, I feel in my heart about all of you.
Yes. Cool.
Are you coming,
You're
Asher?
cool, Hank.
No, you're cool.
Really?
Yeah,
You really think
man.
so?
Dude, look at this. I'm gonna pull out the drawing. You did this, man. It's incredible. I'm gonna kiss it, tuck it back into my breastplate.
And Finn is just gonna smile and be like, well, you're cooler. Cooler guys go first.
Thank you, and I'm gonna like duck my head and squeeze through the door.
You have to go sideways.
Yeah, exactly.
You
I
kinda-
hit my horn on one of the.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting thing.
The party makes their way away from the Frosted Stag Inn out into the outskirts of town. You meet the guard who had contracted you all under legal oath to help in assisting these refugees away from Grimhaldor into the safe kingdom thrones of Othron. And the guard says, "Oh, there you are. I was looking for you. Well, meet the payload. It's these 5 here. If you don't mind, please help assist the ladies inside the caravan." And he nods to some of the nobles, and they begin to make a queue.
The payload. Are you like a band?
They could be, yeah, if that makes this mission easier for you, yes, they're a band.
Oh, I've never heard of the payload.
They, one by one, step into the caravan. And the guard says, "Gentlemen, a word, if you will." The party gathers around the guard and he says, "Listen, I know that you're all here for your own reasons, and more than likely some of them aren't very honorable reasons. But I will tell you this, I will have all of your heads if just one of these refugees die. Not only will you have to answer to the elders of Grimhaldor, but to the Dwarven Council of Othron as well. These are high-value refugees. And don't worry, my life's on the line just as much as it is yours. I'll be taking the wagon, and I need you to hold point and keep a perimeter around the wagon. The blizzards have been particularly fierce, stranger than normal. And there's been whisperings of... don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Just remember the mission. We should be in Othron by week's end. Any questions?
Whisperings of what?
Some say that there's been some unnatural sightings. The official word on the street is that it's been piracy that's cut off the supply lines, but between you and me, pirates would never be able to take the shores of Grimhaldor, especially with the Othronian Royal Fleet Armada. There's not a chance it's pirates. But again, it's likely not very pertinent to us.
Thank you for the information.
Of course. Keep your head in a swivel, and you'll all be fine. You'll have payment upon the safe delivery of these refugees.
Okay. Payment. Nice.
Can we get can we get a little bit of payment up front?
I would love to offer you that if you hadn't signed away your rights on the liability waiver earlier in the Frosted Stag Inn. So, no is the answer to that.
I'd like to turn and look way up at Hank. Hank, what do you think of that?
Well, I think we read through the contract, and if we had any quarrels with it, I feel we should have brought it up at that time. I'm afraid we've all signed our names.
Love it.
Well said, Hank.
Sorry.
Finn's gonna pipe up. Yes, actually, on page 214, paragraph 3, subsection A, it clearly outlined that. Did you not read it?
Orphan's just gonna slowly turn away from the Minotaur, back to the guard, and say, "Right."
Well, is that all your questions? He says.
Are you really paying us?
I don't have to if you don't want it, he says.
no,
Orphan's
that
gonna
sounds
turn
great.
slowly one more time, and he's just tearing bullets at the Minotaur.
No, I'm grateful. I'm on board.
Very well. This should be good, he says. Remember, heads on a swivel. The guard hops up onto the top of the caravan and begins to march it onwards.
Asher will take a position out front as the scout.
Seem more like a shadows man.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon?
That's
like
why
to-
I'm the best at scouting.
Nice.
I see.
I'd like to inspect one of these horses. Their hooves, are they well maintained?
They are not, no. You are definitely working with the bottom of the barrel. As you know, supplies have been short and it's desperate times in the north of Grimhaldor.
Are those are their shoes causing an issue?
No, they shouldn't. They should be fine. You notice the ribs sticking through their hide. It's not only the citizens of Grimhaldor that have been hurting from this famine.
Oh wait. Oh my god. I'm gonna take a treat out of my backpack and give it to this horse.
Just one horse.
That's Gurk.
Oh, all right.
That's
all right.
Gurk's.
Well, unfortunately, well, it's in Hank's, but my UI it didn't fully swap.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But
Too bad.
I will take out 4 of my 5 treats and give each of the horses a treat.
They snap it up as soon as you present it to them. Gentlemen, I am going to need survival checks from everybody.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Is that on our main thing? Oh, it looks
Yeah.
like not.
Yep, it's in the chat there.
Ooh, that's not a good look.
Ooh.
Oh, I did not roll well.
Oh god.
Oh
Okay.
gosh, gentlemen.
Sigrun and Othron and Valen have passed. Hank and Finn and Asher have failed. A few days have passed under bitterly cold conditions. Every day that passes seems to meld into the next, and the nights are particularly dreadful. Of course, the most luxurious of travel provisions have been assigned to the refugees, and you have taken a quasi-oath of self-sacrifice and have braved the cold weathers underneath your ragtag tents and provisions that you've brought with you. And your spirits are beginning to wane. With 2 successes in the group's rolls, I will allow us to move up. Those who failed, I'm going to need a d6 roll, please.
Can I give somebody my success and do the D6 in their stead?
You may not, no.
Okay.
Calvin, you rolled a 3.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I'm going to need this RP'd from you. This will be found in your direct messages.
No.
Wow.
Can I? Is it too late to hero point my survival? Shit. We are about to get Donner Partied. This is terrible.
I don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing out here. And every time I'm reminded, it slips away just as fast.
Guys, I think our directions are wrong. I think we might be lost.
Oh man, I knew I shouldn't have done this. This is where my story ends. I'm convinced that I will perish in this weather.
Take heart, my friend.
No.
Oh, the winter was never this cold in Korra.
I'm gonna put a hand on Finn's shoulder. I'm gonna go, we're gonna make it through this.
I don't know.
I'm gonna pick him up and cradle him in my hand.
I'm sure that some of us will make it. I don't think I'm one of them.
Come on, guys. We can't be talking like this.
Does anyone have a map? Who is in charge of where we're headed? I'd like to see it.
Should be the guy that hired us, you would think. Surely we can't be hired to protect.
I'm gonna pull the guard aside.
What is
Am I
it?
still in your arms?
How do we? Yeah. I'm glad you're here. So, how do you know we're going the right way?
I don't. I'm just following the path. That's what we were told to do.
Are you sure this is the same path? Have we strayed from the path?
Well, look around you. There's torches lighting the way. Surely this is the right path. I don't know what other path there could be.
I guess that is a fair. You don't have a map or anything to go off of? Just a path?
Trust me, I've taken this path 1,000 times before. Granted, not into these conditions, but it'll be fine.
Okay, well, I would like to be consulted on any directional decisions.
You
Hank,
can go
if we
and
can't follow
consult the
this path-
torches leading the way. How about that, cow?
Now,
You heard me, he says, and he looks at you, locking your gaze.
well, just so you know, that would offend most minotaurs. So for the future, I'd be careful with that. For next time.
Noted, he says.
Oh. I mean, what's it matter? It's not like I'm gonna make it out.
I'm gonna squeeze him harder. No, Finn. You mustn't say these things. I'm gonna kind of caress his head a little bit. It's gonna be
What's even the point?
The party continues onwards for about another half day, and suddenly you can hear moaning from inside the caravan. And the guard stops the party and says, "Go on, take a look on what's going on inside. Make sure they're okay."
I don't know if I should. You said they're. It sounds
Pitiful
like they're
moaning.
there.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sigurd will take a look.
Man.
You peer inside.
No, guys. It's cold out.
Oh, I have a decision to make here, GM. What does he see inside? Oh,
It did look like there was 3 girls and 2 guys.
inside, he sees one of the refugees appears to be succumbing to early onset hypothermia.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
I think we have to eat
know
them. No, wait. Sorry, that comes.
Whoa! Holy smokes!
No, I got that mixed up with something else.
Did I hear that Sir Cumming was here? Was he one of the?
Where are the torches, by the way?
Ugh.
The guard looks
I don't
around and
see-
says, "I thought you were the one watching for the torches. After you made the big stink about keeping us on track, you said that you wanted to lead the way."
No. I wanted to see a map, and you said you've traveled this road 1,000 times.
No, that can't be what you said. I remember very clearly. I said that you look wonderful, and you said you look like a cow, and it's cold, and that you wanted to lead the way.
He's lost his damn mind.
I was literally right there. He never said any of that.
Make a recall knowledge check, please, Finn.
And you said cow again, and I would like to remind you, it's very rude.
Not never in the house.
How do I?
Is there a check for that? Recall.
I just hit the thing in my
Okay,
hotbar.
yeah, I will execute it for you.
Awesome.
You do recall correctly that that is indeed how the conversation transpired.
Yeah. No, that what? I know the truth, or I'm believing the guard.
You know the truth.
Okay. No, he did not say that, and you know that he didn't say that.
You look at the guard, and that part is untrue. He doesn't know that. You can see that the effects of hypothermia are beginning to onset onto him as well, and he's waning in his wisdom.
You know, it looks like he's got some early stage hypothermia here. I think he is really just confused.
Well, that does not bode well for us.
Could I check the wagon for possible flammable supplies?
All right, I'm rifling through my healer's bag, seeing if there's anything.
Oh,
Doesn't look like it.
I do have a torch.
Do you
I have a
want
flint
to
and steel as well as a torch.
approach the wagon, please, Orvin? As you peer inside, you see 4 of the refugees kind of crowded around one of them. And then suddenly, shrill, high-pitched screams as you hear the crunching of flesh. And suddenly, one of the refugees gets up and shambles out
Jeez.
of the
We
wagon.
are not getting paid.
Gentlemen, for the first time in campaign 2, roll for initiative.
Wow.
Yeah.
Undead.
Bless you.
Wow.
And we will begin our encounter. Starting out with Asher Blackthorn.
Okay. So there's just the one. Oh no, there's more.
As this is happening, the guard says, "Take care of them! I'll take the rest of the refugees to safety!" And he whips the horses with the reins. And
He's
the
got no idea.
carriage
This
takes off.
guy. Like, what?
Finn would like to dodge out of the way of the caravan.
It tramples you. You're dead. Roll new character.
Can I have Bobbin, please?
You bet.
Nope.
Who said that?
Okay. I will. Yeah, I can make it there. Okay. With 2 move actions, I will move up to. Or actually, no, I want to move there. I will target the Shambler, and with my last action, I will make a strike. Now he should be off guard to me. Oh,
That
yes.
will be a hit because he's off guard. Did that automatically apply that?
Apparently it did.
Okay. Wonderful.
Nice.
And
Sneak
Well,
attack.
damage.
Wow, cool animation.
Nice.
14 damage at level what?
What?
With 19 damage because they are weak to something. You see Asher
Dang.
just very gracefully, akin to like Legolas, jumping onto the horse. You see this dexterous fetchling leap over the zombie shambler, and take his dagger and slice at it, cutting off both of its arms in one fell swoop, landing in front of it.
What? Wow, that's a very impressive.
all right, and that will end my turn.
Hank Heavyhorn.
Let's go, Hank.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick 1 foot back a couple of times, and then I will take 2 strides to go right here, and I will gore the Shambler with my horns.
Space Marine looking at.
Yeah.
And that will be a hit. Roll for damage.
Wow.
You see this Minotaur kind of brush the snow away with his hooves and just boom, 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 boom. And Asher, as you look up at the zombie that you've cut its limbs off of, it kind of snaps at you. And the horns just go right through its chest. As Hank lifts it up and shakes it off.
Wow.
That zombie
So
shambler
cool.
will die. And behind you, out of the ice, you see another one emerge from the ground.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That's no good.
Well, that ends my turn.
And the zombie will come up next. It's going to use... Oh boy, it has the slowed condition. So it only has 2 actions, and not a ton of speed here, I'm assuming. Where's speed? Here we go. Alright, it will use 2 of its actions, and that will be the end of its turn. Finn Barnes, you're up.
All right. Let's see here. I will move 5, 10, 15, right here. Right this one. And I will use Spell Strike.
Nice.
Then let's go. Hey, cool
That
animation.
will be a hit. With 10 damage on the zombie shambler, you see the human magus pull out his rapier and imbue it with magical energy, and you see lightning arc from the sky as he holds it up directly from the clouds above. striking, and in one fell swoop, you can see the lightning connect with the metal of his blade as he's swinging it onto the rotten flesh of the zombie corpse. And you can see the skeleton, like, intermittently permeating as that electricity makes its hit. And it will take 10 damage.
That is so cool.
This is crazy for level 1.
That's very impressive. Well, it's my turn, looks like. I'm going to cast Heal at the undead, of course. And I'm going to...
Thank God.
I'm going to use it...
On which
well,
one?
can I use... Oh, I can't do the 30-foot emanation. Right, I forgot about that.
You have range
I will,
of 30 feet.
Right. I'm going to attack the one nearest to Oruven.
All right, it will roll a basic fortitude save. And that will be a failure. Roll your
Oh,
damage.
it's only 1d8. Dude, I thought it was more than that. Whatever.
Will
All right.
take 12 damage as it appears that it is weak to vitality.
Sweet. That's the end of my turn.
Valen Kinminor.
All right. Waste a turn and come up right here. And try to lop off some limbs.
And that will be a critical hit for Critical Joel, your first attack roll in Campaign 2. This says good things for the future.
What?
And what?
Jesus Christ.
Wait.
Wow.
Sorry, that's like a level 11 hit. It takes 31 damage, instantly destroying it. You watch as the elf pulls out his greatsword, noticeably larger than most elf kind that you have come across. And while graceful, yet intimidating, he jumps, plants 1 foot on the ice, and takes his greatsword from his axe and just cleaves this zombie clean in half, sending frozen shards of corpse scattering on the ground.
Dang.
Critical Joel strikes again.
You have one more action, Critical Joel.
Yeah, I will move up right here by Hank.
All right.
And that will be my turn.
We will now have the turn of a zombie shambler, and it will be able to move 50 feet with 2... Oh, that's difficult terrain. All right, and Orvin Numladak, you're up.
All right. Pressurized steam flying out of Bobbin from various points. Orvin's gonna control Bob, or actually, no, I'm gonna go into overdrive first.
On your very first turn.
Let's see, can I... Why isn't it working? I'm sorry. Oh, I can't figure this out right here.
Hold on, Bobbin's just weird.
Technical difficulties!
Shouts the gnome.
Okay.
All right, you succeed, and you are now in overdrive.
Which is like nerd rage, basically.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Nice. Love it.
That's the gist of it. And so then I'm going to use an action to command Bobbin to strike. If I can select Bobbin. Here we go.
Oh, and that will be a critical hit.
Wow.
Roll critical damage.
All right.
That's really good.
The fist of Bobbin.
And that will be 20 damage. You see Orovin just push forward a lever, and Bobbin kind of wheels its entire torso to the side. Clang! And you see Orovin is wow as the punch makes its impact, and that will instantly destroy the zombie.
Dude, we got this.
Yep.
Well, we killed all our passengers.
Okay, and then I'm going to move here and end my turn.
Okay, have you guys seen the Wallace and Gromit episode of The Pants? The robotic
Yo,
pants?
the wrong trousers.
Yeah. This is what I'm imagining.
That's such a cool thought. That's true.
All right, Asher Blackthorn, you're up.
All right, what's my distance? 50 feet.
You can go 50 feet.
Okay. I am going to use warp step, and after sort of blends a bit with the shadows and sneaks through them to
Cool.
appear behind the shambler,
Okay.
and once again strikes at it with his kukri.
That will be a hit. Roll for damage. Max damage!
Good job.
You slip into the
Alright.
Shadow Realm for just but an instant, and Orvin, you just see Asher kind of slip out of the bushes behind the zombie shambler, surprising you. And the zombie kind of looks as it turns around, and its face is met with a slashing kukri, dealing 15 damage.
Wow. Dang. So cool.
All right, and that ends my turn.
All right, Hank.
Nice. Can I walk there, or because that's 50 feet? That's two moves there, or it'd be 3 to go around.
I will allow, I'll allow it here, but to go this way through this kind of terrain up here,
Okay.
this is going to be more.
Nice. Well, then I will go here, and I'm gonna give Valen a look, and kind of give him a wink, and then I'm gonna bring down my great axe on this zombie shambler.
Very well. Make your attack. With a critical hit from Hank Heavyhorn. And that will be 20 damage as the Minotaur comes in, roiling with rage, and
Wow, good
brings
job.
his axe down, killing the last zombie. And that will end our encounter.
Well, he wasn't mad at the zombies. He understands they work off base instinct.
Right.
So he
Yeah.
doesn't blame the zombie. And it's a shame we had to put them down. Poor creatures.
What was that? Where did those come from?
Finn is just standing still, no pun intended, but just frozen there, holding his rapier, just in complete shock
Dang.
of what happened and not saying a word.
I suppose
would
those
like
were the
to-
pirates.
Asher would like to check over the bodies for evidence and / or loot.
There is no loot to be found on any of these zombie corpses. You can make an investigation check for me. I'll throw it in the chat. Oh, wait. D&D has no investigation, or Pathfinder. Well, I guess we'll just have to rely on old good old perception.
Deception.
Nothing of note. You notice nothing. However, you remember the words of the guard back in the outskirts of Grimhaldor. Whisperings. Something dark. Perhaps this is a sign of what he could have been referring to. Gentlemen,
Oh, should be.
I'm going to need a survival check from everybody in the party, please.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
Damn.
No.
Oh, a natural 20.
Oh,
2 critical failures. And a natural 20. Those who critically failed, I'm going to need... Fail and critical fail, I'm going to need D6 rolls, please.
Lord.
Golly. All the ones coming out today.
All right.
It's not a fan of the cold.
The things that we were DM'd privately,
Yeah,
are we still RPing those? or-
sure are.
Okay.
And don't just read exactly what you have. You can sort of take some nuance to it. Let me see who rolled what here. We have Calvin. We have Trunks.
Oh, God, that is such an issue for me.
And Will, you have received a DM.
Is anybody else hot?
Yeah. I get these off. I'm burning up, man.
I am sweating. Like, I'm all matted. Look, I'm all matted. And I'm showing my matted pits.
No.
I'm going to take off my armor and kind of string it over my shoulder.
Okay.
Does anybody remember what we're even doing here?
Asher's gonna start just like pulling off his armor and
Let's
Yeah,
move.
We're gotta protect those people, but I mean, good lord, it's not like we're gonna make it live.
Party, we need to move. Don't make me leave without you.
Move where? Where are we supposed to go? I am pretty
need to
sure.
follow
Those
the
who
caravan.
have removed armor, please take 3 cold damage.
Oh, what about my fur? Okay.
You can take half, Hank. That actually makes sense. You can you can take half. We'll undo that.
Nice.
Gentlemen, if you do not come along, I will leave you. Come.
Hey, if you think you know where you're going,
I know where the cart went. Well, at least I think so.
oh, don't say that.
Yeah.
Can I see these torches?
You can, yes.
Oh, we found the road.
Could that be shelter there?
Yeah, what's to our left? I mean, if I'm gonna die, might as well die somewhat comfortable.
You can make a perception check there to take a look at what's on your immediate left. Asher, you made the first success. It appears to be an entrance into a side of a cave.
maybe there's some shelter from the storm there.
In.
Should we go for this, or should we continue looking for the wagon?
Tiernan will go in.
I don't know how long we can last in this storm.
I'm gonna grab some snow off the ground and I'm gonna stuff it into my armpits and like around my neck. It's burning up.
All right.
Why were we even following the wagon?
Everyone enters the cave.
Yep.
The cave is small, cramped. You notice remnants of someone has been here, and very recently. In fact, there's a lit fire in the center of the cave, and a bedroll to the right of the cave. And Sigrun, you especially notice a small hole in the wall, gleaming with crystallic formations on the inside, and it's sort of pouring forth a light of perhaps arcane origin.
Maybe he'll roll a perception on it and see what's going on.
Go for
Does
it.
anybody else notice this? Or just Sigrun?
He's the one who notices the
Okay.
arcane emanation from it, but you all see this. Will, can you make it so that you're not rolling privately anymore?
I don't know how to do that.
Click on the D20 in the bottom left of the chat box.
in the bottom left of the chat box. Sounds good.
And that is a failure, so it's hard to say what kind of energy is emanating from it. However, the warmth of the fire is a welcome respite to the harsh conditions outside.
Asher's
Finn, can we
gonna
make anything of this?
warm his hands over the fire.
You all lose your hypothermic madness conditions that you received.
Oh, getting hot. I'm gonna put my armor back on.
I will as well.
Mr. Finn, I wonder if you could make anything of this. This anomaly I see over here. I can't quite seem to see what it is, but it's interesting to me. Perhaps some magical quality about it.
Well, it's definitely a hole, and well, glory to it. I will try to roll.
Would you like to make a perception check?
Oh wait, I'm
Aren't
sorry,
able
I-
to deduce anything.
Hold on,
Oh, that
He
didn't
didn't
have
add
your
his
modifier
modifier on
yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, sorry. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, same roll.
The first one should have been +3, so that would have been a 15, but doesn't matter.
As you guys are looking at this curious hole in the side of the wall, you see a robed figure appear at the entrance of the cave, and he removes his hood and looks to you and says, "What? Who are you? What are you doing?"
We are seeking warmth, just like you are, I presume. We don't mean to intrude on you, but we were worried we would die out in the cold.
He cuts
So we
off
came in.
Sigrun and kind of elbows Valen and Finn and says, "Get away from that! Don't touch it! You don't understand what this is!"
What is it?
You are correct.
I don't entirely know, but what I do know is that you shouldn't be here. You can rest by my fire for nigh but a few minutes, but you must be on your way.
You see a
You-
wagon pass by.
A wagon in this storm. Of course not. No one would be crazy enough to go out with all that's happening.
Well,
Yeah.
What has been happening?
Unnatural things. Frankly, you'll have to forgive my shock. I didn't think that any living thing could have found its way this far into the Everfrost Highlands. These blizzards don't happen like this usually. Of course, it's always cold around these parts, but this is something unnatural. Black magic is at play. I'm shocked to find you alive.
We are surprised to be alive. You would not push us out into the cold, would you?
What are you doing out here anyways?
We were escorting a caravan. We lost it in the freezing conditions.
Well, you can kiss that caravan goodbye. Everyone and everything inside of that will surely be killed by this time. Assuming it's been more than 5 minutes since you've last seen it.
Yeah, but that was our only job, was to make sure they didn't die.
Has it been like 5 minutes since we've seen it?
Oh, it's been like a good 4 hours.
Oh no!
Oh,
yeah, they're
no.
done.
Uh-oh.
Really needed that money.
Some of us more than others.
Yeah.
You came out here for contract work.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your job?
There's a caravan full of high-value refugees that we needed to escort. HVRs, as they say.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. They are most certainly dead.
But I mean, you don't know that. I mean, we were still alive. So it's possible that they are too.
I have doubt that that is the case.
Well, I
We need to be hopeful.
admire the hope you have in. Where were you trying to take this caravan to?
Othron.
soon as you say Othron, there's a solemn look in his eyes. If they took the main path, they have surely perished. It's impossible to pass through that way. There are whisperings of necromantic magic being at play. For the first time in hundreds of years, its source cannot be traced down, and most who hear of it are unwilling to believe it, as it was long believed that that type of putrid and twisted magic was put away long, long ago. If you need to make it to Othron, you cannot take that way. You will be overrun, if not by the elements, by the twisted creatures reacting to whatever dark forces at play here. If you want to get to Othron, you will have to go through the Stone Shield Mountains.
What use have we for Othron if our quarry is dead?
Well, you aren't allowed to stay here for much longer.
But I'm so sorry. Thank you for the information so far, but my name is Finn Barnes. What's your name? I'll go to shake his hand.
He looks and tenderly grasps your hand and says, I had a name, and it has seemed to have forsaken me. I'm still getting to grips with my new reality, he says.
Okay, what was your name?
I do not remember.
That's weird.
How
What's
do
the
you know
origin
you
of
had a
that
name?
name?
I didn't hear
How
you
long
guys.
have you been out here?
Valen, what'd you say? Joel?
What
did you say?
Oh, I said, how do you know you had a name if you don't remember your name?
Because most are given one.
All right.
How long have you been out here, stranger?
That too, I'm afraid I'm not able to answer. Not from a lack of wanting to divulge the truth, but I don't know.
Perhaps there's anything we could do for you. Not that we're in much power ourselves, but it seems that you're in a dire circumstance as well.
I appreciate your tender heart. Surprisingly tender for a man of stone such as yourself. But I'm afraid that what ails me is far, far beyond your mortal capabilities.
Whoa.
You know, that actually reminds me. You know what could help me? If that little gnome gives me all his gold.
All right, guys, step aside.
That might hit the spot.
I need 5 gold.
The entire campaign is just
Swindling
Orvin
Orvin.
getting sucked dry.
Oh, lucky man getting sucked dry every episode. Oh, shit. Oh.
What do you
So
mean
that-
it's beyond our mortal capabilities?
I've spoken too much. You must be on your way. If you mean to make it to Othron, I can show you the path there.
Well, that's all we have,
That-
I suppose.
That's great. But before we go, that hole behind you is. Do you know what it is besides glorious?
Its purpose is not to be revealed to you at this time.
What?
It holds power greater than you would be able to comprehend.
I doubt that I would be unable to comprehend it. I am top of the class at the scholar quarters in Cora.
Begone. I've spoken too much.
Guy won't tell us about the hole. Doesn't
Yeah.
know his name. Doesn't know what he's doing here. I mean, would you like to come with us, mysterious stranger? Perhaps we can get you some help in Othron.
As I said, the help that I need is beyond mortal capabilities, but perhaps I can lend you a hand. I will show you the way to the Stone Shield Mountains. From there, if you're lucky, you may be able to brave your way through her halls. Be warned, The great goblin war of dwarves and goblins is occurring right as we speak, as I'm sure you've heard.
Well,
What if I were to walk through this magic?
Well, with the stranger standing right there, he would probably...
Something tells me this hole here is a big part of the plot that we're not supposed to know yet.
Asher, as you attempt a stealth check, you feel a force invisible begin to seize up your limbs as the eyes of the stranger lock with yours.
oh wow.
Oh.
This man is more than meets the eye.
No,
I
really
settle
wanna
back
do it.
down by the fire.
Well, perhaps we will accept your help to Othron then, if you would show us.
Very well. I'll prepare some food of what little rations I have left. He begins to rummage around in his bag.
Man, there's a big red button in front of me right now.
My help is beyond your understanding.
Valen, are you attempting something?
You don't know.
Oh God!
5,
It's the
4,
it's the blood sacrifice.
3.
Oh no.
2, 1.
Yeah. I'm trying something. here.
Okay, there is a squeeze action. It's in.
Oh,
Oh God!
Press the hand on your hotbar.
okay. Squeeze, you said?
Yes.
It's grayed out for me.
Oh, you don't have it trained?
No.
Okay, it will be an acrobatics check, so you can just make me an I'll
Tumble
just
through and balance.
I will. Okay, I'll throw an acrobatics
Oh, man.
check in the chat there.
Well, I hope you got a second character rolled.
No. That's all I got.
Nice.
You
Just wanna
stick
put it this way.
your head into the small crevice inside the cavern wall, and as your eyes open, you look around and you're inundated with a brilliant light, and suddenly, your world flashes to white. And Valen disappears.
Oh no, not this again.
No.
And I'm just going to say time is currently, game is paused for everybody else. Valen, you feel like you're floating. And as you open your eyes, blinking to adjust to the light, you see an orc. A male orc. And you see a female elf looking at you, and their faces disappear. You see a grand spectacle of Sharathia, wars being fought, volcanic eruptions happening, migrations and settlements of different peoples, and it fades. And you see the kingdom emerge of Renignon, but not as you know it. Far grander, far greater, but with something evil at its core, calling. And you snap out of it and return back, tumbling out of the hole in the wall with a gasp.
Orban's just gonna to try and cover up the noise of him tumbling back to reality.
I'm gonna need a deception check from you, Orvin, please.
Yes, actually, he's gonna pretend that his that bobbin slips on the ice and falls over with a great crash.
Okay. Make the roll.
All right, doesn't change the DC, I guess.
Oh, with the 19. You just hear bang, bang, as a spring just flies and ricochets from the side of the ice cave as you've let off some gear. And
Can the spring hit Finn in the head?
it smokes Finn in the forehead, and you see as Bobbit just falls into a million pieces on the ground. And the stranger looks and says, "What have you done?"
Yeah, I gotta put them back together.
Here. Rest now. This may be your last chance for a long while. The halls of the Stone Shield Mountains are not safe. And he hands out some food. You guys may take a long rest, and we will go over a new feature in Foundry. Once everybody has their character sheets open, click long rest on your character.
Rest for the night.
And right next to that rest for the night, you will notice a little coffee cup icon. This is your daily preparations. We are now going to be tracking rations. Every single day, you have to consume one ration. So please go and do that now.
Oh, shoot. That is so cool.
Well, I didn't prepare for this trip, clearly. I do not have enough rations.
Do you have an
Are you
adventurer's
sure?
pack?
What rations?
Honestly, I just made a backpack and I just kind of clicked and dragged things in there.
Oh, you know what?
Great.
Trunks, I'll just run you quickly through how to fix your issue. Click on Game Settings, Configure Settings,
Okay.
go down to PF2e HUD,
Uh-huh.
scrolling down to the middle on Auto Set Actor, click on Token Selection. And this should fix you up.
One token.
After seeing, not Thorn, goodness, Valen, having seen this this vision after sticking his head in that crevice in the wall.
Right.
We successfully covered it up.
You got to rebuild that thing.
You
bro.
did, and Bobbit is
shoot.
in a million little pieces on the floor. But I will say
We're going
it's
in
not
5
broken.
minutes.
He's intentionally disassembled.
I meant to do that.
Yes.
Finn's gonna walk over. I got a sprocket in one hand, my other hand on my forehead again. Orvin, I believe this is yours. No,
I'm
okay.
so sorry it happened again. And Orvin's gonna reach for the. It's not a clean rag anymore because he used it before to
right.
wipe your
Yeah,
forehead.
that's nice.
And he runs up with the rag and quickly scrubs away any oil and dirt and rust off of your face.
Okay.
That's special, you know.
Thank you, Orvin.
There's a sermon there.
And just a clarification, everybody has consumed rations for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hank, have you or did Gurk?
Well, I did eat them out of Hank's backpack.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Girk snuck in and ate him.
Yeah. The ghost of Gurk.
Right.
The stranger stretches up to a tall stature and says, "If you have any hope to make it to Othron, you best follow me. It seems that the blizzards have died down for a little while. But I won't be able to follow you far. My calling is here, and I have much work to do. I have a feeling, though, perhaps, we will see of one another in due time."
Very well.
I definitely think we will.
Very well. Warm yourselves by the fire one last time, and follow me.
Standing in it.
Okay, all right.
Wow. A beautiful landscape.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow. Just bitter cold.
You guys follow the stranger through the bitterly cold mountain passes for a while. And for about 4 hours you follow him, and eventually you come to this mountain cliffside. And he turns to you, holding his cloak, buffing himself from the wind, saying, "I can follow you no further. The mountain pass is just ahead. Be wary and keep your heads on a swivel. It was good meeting you. Best of luck." And he begins to walk back the way that he came.
Well, let us be moving.
Finn's gonna walk up to Hank, be like, "Hey, so he's the second person that said keep your head on a swivel. The only swivels that I know of are used in mechanical devices, and I have not seen one since we've been out here. Do you have an extra swivel that I can keep my head on?"
No, you're asking Hank this?
Yeah.
I don't. But the little one might. I'm gonna point to Othron.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Orvin's pretending not to
Orvin.
overhear it, but his ears like twitching as he hears, and he wants to help, but he doesn't want it to be known that he's listening in.
Hey, Orvin.
Yes. Oh, you want
yeah,
some? I mean, yeah.
Did you hear what I asked Hank? So I don't have to explain it again, or
Orvin just stops and just stares blankly for 3 seconds as his own gears in his mind are turning. No,
so anyway,
I didn't hear it at all.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, essentially, he's the second guy that said to keep our head on a swivel, and the only swivels that I
okay,
know
yeah,
of are
yeah,
used in
a swivel.
mechanical devices. Yeah, I didn't bring a swivel with me. Do you have an extra swivel that I can keep my head on?
Orvin checks around some of his larger pouches on his tool belt, and he pulls out a little rotating piece that's on ball bearings, and it kind of spins a little bit. And he says, "Will this do?"
Is that a swivel? I just want to do what I'm told and keep my head on it. I will.
It could swivel.
Oh,
It has the capacity to swivel.
Okay, well, yeah. As long as if you don't need that, I would love to borrow it.
Sure, yeah.
Guys,
Thanks.
Yeah.
we got some enemies.
Well, we don't know that they're enemies yet.
Well,
I mean,
it's safe to assume. It's definitely safe to
That's
assume.
a cuddly portrait.
You guys hear howling as suddenly a pack of wolves begins to encircle you from all angles. And one, obviously the alpha of the pack, shows his jaws to you and is snarling as he's slowly encroaching upon the group.
In my studies, I know that when they show their teeth, it means that they want to fight. But we may want to do something here.
well, hang on.
Let us meet them.
Before we do anything rash, I'm going to put my hands out to the wolf. I'm going to slowly reach in my pack, and I'm going to pull out my final treat. And I'm going to toss it to the wolf.
Okay, make a nature check for me.
You got this,
babe.
Hank.
Come on, Sam Pierce. Oh, I'm going to... You know what? I'm going to hero point that.
Okay, that's a good idea. With a critical failure.
That was not...
I don't want to waste that treat.
Is this Bonk V2, boys?
Right?
Hey.
Looks like
Oh!
You toss the treat into the powdery snow in front of the wolf. And as it lands in front of it, it doesn't take its eyes off you. But slowly its gaze wanes and it eats the treat. And then begins to circle the group.
I suggest we slowly make our way up the path.
I don't know about this. I think we got to defend.
If they attack, we can defend.
If we're moving, we're going to be open.
Yeah, definitely.
Seems I'm currently.
I'm attacking this thing.
Everybody-
Sorry, guys.
Treats.
Keep your backs to one another. Don't let them get behind you.
Sam, can I attack this thing?
You may, yeah, target it and make your strike.
Oh.
And that will be a hit. Gentlemen, roll for initiative.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Could I get Bobbin, please?
Yeah, sorry, this is a late edition, so none of the maps are prepped with Mr. Bobbin.
Yes, that's my bad.
No, he's still broken.
All right, and we will begin our encounter starting off with Valen Kingmanor. And you did 9 damage to the wolf.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. You didn't roll your damage, did you?
Yeah, I did. Does it not show up?
Oh, was that 11 damage? Sorry.
Yeah,
Just have to
11,
scroll up a
sorry.
little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'll go for a second strike. This counts as my first or my second? Second, right?
This is your second.
Okay, cool.
With a critical hit, natural 20, critical Joel!
Nice.
Good grief, buddy!
Oh,
Rolling a 2, but that is another 12 damage on the wolf.
right.
And he is bloodied and not looking good.
Wow.
As he should.
And a third... No, not a critical. That will be a hit, though. And with your third attack, you will cut this wolf's head off, spilling its crimson hot blood into the cold snow below. And you turn your attention to the wolf behind. Sigrun Abenzanig, your turn.
Dang. Okay, that was evocative. I'm going to target the wolf ahead of me, and I'm going to cast Divine Lance,
All right.
which is
Oh,
a
cool animation. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, I actually did my damage. I don't know if I
That
did
will
or
be,
not.
yeah, it's an auto hit. That is,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it auto rolls. That will be 5 damage. As a beam of
Uh,
light pierces its hide.
Yeah, sure. Sweet. That was very cool. And I'm going to retreat sort of into the group here. And with that, I'm going to end my turn.
Hank Heavyhorn.
Let's go, Hank.
I will. Wait, how far is it?
Shoot first, ask questions later.
I'm gonna take one movement to go to the one I fed the treat. This is the one I fed the treat, right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use an action to go. It's okay. It's all right. Go on, get out of here. And I'm gonna try and scare it. Actually, yeah. Can I intimidate and try and scare it away?
Okay, yeah. We'll do an intimidation check for you, please.
Go on, chew.
With a 17, that will... Ha ha ha!
This guy.
The wolf exposes its canine teeth to you and growls, but looking at its fallen pack member and then back at you, it runs off with a howl, and the 2 wolves disappear.
Phew.
Ooh.
Nice.
Well, let's not stay still for too long.
Yeah,
like we're not
anyone need
safety
some wolf meat?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could go over and try to
Yeah.
harvest
Yeah.
some wolf meat.
Yes,
Might
you
as
may.
well.
Not much of it is salvageable because of the carnage that Valen Kingmanor had inflicted on it. But I will make a survival check for one person to harvest.
Yes.
Oh, who's got the best survival?
I'm +0, so
+4, I believe.
+6.
+1, I think.
All right, I'll take it.
Hank.
Oh,
And it would appear that the less than graceful incisions that Valen had put upon the corpse of the wolf, you're unable to find any meaningful, harvestable flesh from the beast.
So the pelt is tattered then as well.
Right, yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
effective, but maybe a little violent.
Yeah, sorry about it. Next time I'll try to be more graceful.
All right.
Dog doesn't taste that good, anyways.
Well, if you season it properly, you can dog tastes like anything, really.
Didn't have much seasoning to work with last time.
Yeah, well, in home ec classes, they really taught us the importance of seasoning everything. Just try it.
You guys follow the way that the stranger had told you to go, into the side of the mountain path of the Stone Shield Mountain. And you find remnants of dwarven architecture, pillars made of marbled stone long fallen, and you see skeletons, littered with arrows, a battle fought long ago. And you make your way into the mines.
Wow.
Thank God.
Good to go.
Not a fan of snow. Now, hang on, guys. Now, stone labyrinths are kind of my thing. So,
Pause that. Is that permanently?
We can delete it after all of scenes. It's not a blaring distraction.
Yeah, let's delete that. I can't delete it. I can't see it in chat, actually.
oh, I didn't even.
You guys enter into this ancient tomb. And the words of the stranger echo in your mind once again, that the battle between the goblins and the dwarves are being fought as you speak. It would appear that this is a path to Othron that has been sealed off by the Stone Shield dwarves in an attempt to ward off their goblin aggressors.
Right. Dang.
Sam, can I try a recall knowledge to see if I know if I learned of any like traps or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. That's recall knowledge is a thing for you there. It will roll it. And this will be...
But sorry.
This is a secret thing. When you recall knowledge, there's nothing you have to do. You just ask for it, and I'll
okay.
make the stuff.
Gotcha.
So that is a 15 in society, which is enough to know that in your studies you have heard about this war. You know that the goblins and the dwarves have basically had a territorial dispute. Goblins have lived inside the Stone Shield Mountains since time immemorial, and the dwarves took it hundreds of years ago, and the goblins were no match for their outpowered force, and small scraps have ensued ever since. But recently, about 5 years ago, the goblins have banded together under a new leader. His name is unknown. And the dwarves are very particular about keeping this information within their hands only, for, strategic, advantageous reasons. From the position that you're in now, you can smell the reek of goblin. And you know that any territory that they have captured of the dwarves has been put to use for their own maligned purposes.
Can someone check for traps or spells?
Yeah, I would like to sneak ahead of the party, and as I go, scout for traps, enemies.
Perhaps I could detect
Like-
magic as well.
So this gets us into another thing that is called the exploration activities. So if you open up your character sheets and you go over to your actions, you're going to notice 3 tabs. There's encounter, exploration, and downtime. We haven't really leveraged the exploration, but if you click into that tab and you click on browse, these are all different actions that you can take while we're exploring dungeons like this. So if any of them look interesting to you, drag them onto your character sheet, and then you can use those by tossing them into chat, and we can make group roles for all of these different activities.
Oh.
Cool.
Breaking and entering. Nice.
Joel, there's one called Host Spirit. Don't do that one.
I don't actually see any from.
Are you clicking browse or add? You need to click browse.
Okay. Sorry about that. This is so cool.
I mean, how many can we?
You can do as many as you'd like, but probably somebody with 0 Arcana skill probably shouldn't have detect magic on there. You should leave that for another party member. Just things that are more pertinent to your skill set.
Wow.
Guys, I hate to, where do I find this? I'm in actions or
Yeah. Click
There's
on
a
actions.
tab.
and
So
then
yeah, there's
exploration.
3 tabs at the top. Yeah.
3 tabs at the
You've got to be on your character sheet, so don't use
Okay,
the
thanks.
UI at the bottom left.
That's where I was at.
Just
Where I
throw
was
this
at,
into
yeah.
chat so everyone can see what we're talking about there.
Breaking and entering.
I'm definitely grabbing that one.
Oh yeah. B&E.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Cool.
That's very cool.
All right. So you would like to scout, Asher.
Yes.
Very good. I will throw that effect onto you. You get a +1 circumstance bonus to initiative roll.
Can I cast detect magic?
You may throw any singular downtime activity.
Oh, this is a spell.
Yeah, you need the spell in order to do the action.
Okay, sounds good.
All right,
Thanks.
place your 30-foot emanation, please.
Whoa,
In your
cool.
immediate vicinity, you sense nothing. However, you do sense faint traces of magic, ancient and old,
Okay.
dwarven,
Wow.
coming from beyond the walls immediately in front of you.
Okay. Fascinating.
You would like to spend a full day studying the walls, Asher?
No, I just saw that was. You said it's from beyond the walls. I said, no, I got this check the walls action.
You guys go on ahead.
What does that do?
Secret is gonna bonk Hank with his hammer. Minotaur in a maze. How fitting.
Yes. It's quite exciting. I'm a big fan of small stone corridors.
I didn't realize that was actually a thing.
Oh yeah, it's one of those stereotypes, but you know we own it.
Hard to deny.
So it's something you enjoy then?
Oh yeah, it's in our blood.
Do you just go out looking for mazes?
No, well, you know, some families are kind of, you know, it's kind of a thing you're born into, kind of watching over mazes. The heavy horns never really went underground, but it's still there, you know. I can still appreciate a nice labyrinth.
In your culture then, is that like, if you're in a maze, is that like something to strive towards if you're a maze minotaur?
Really depends on your maze. You know, it's kind of like how many mortals escape. That's really determines
Okay,
whether
yeah.
or not, you know,
Okay.
you've got a good maze.
You know, I've got a hunch about you, Hank. I think you'd be one of the best maze minotaurs.
Oh, well,
Perhaps
I
even an
appreciate that.
amazing minotaur.
Whoa.
Wow.
That was Astro Greens, just FYI. Not taking
Did
credit.
anybody else just... I think Sampiris is with us in this maze.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You hear a booming voice. Amazed.
Like a dad laugh.
Echoes
But no, to your point about the maze, my problem is I'd feel bad. You know, they little humans running around and they get lost, and all of a sudden it's despair and sadness, and I couldn't do it. I don't have the stomach for it. I'd surely open a passage.
Appearances aren't everything, I guess.
Well, hey, everybody's fighting a battle you don't know about, right?
Hey, did your family own a china shop by chance?
No. But I have heard of there
No,
was a
don't
family
tell me.
one time from a tribe. But they actually did open a china shop. Unfortunately, most of their stock was destroyed.
What?
And,
Tragedy.
I'm sorry to hear that. What did happen?
well, they went out of business, and they ran out of money. Their house was foreclosed on,
How,
and they were homeless.
Damn.
Yeah, hate to see it.
how did
Yeah.
their
Was it
stock
like a-
get destroyed?
Was it like a great running of a
Well,
bunch of people?
they had a grand opening, and as you can tell, it was busy. But it's not. It was very tragic. I mean, it's a immeasurable loss,
I
priceless,
can't even imagine.
priceless sets crewed from all over Sharathia.
And the vases too. That's ceramic,
It was really unfortunate.
Those are
And,
handmade.
the father of the family, he actually hung himself.
No.
Yeah. So it's
It
not all
wasn't
fun
due
and
to
games.
the.
Oh.
I'm
It
sorry
wasn't
to hear
due
that.
to the Great Bull Clan, was it?
no. Well, it was. They were out of business. They ran out of money, and
But I mean,
provide for
why
us.
they lost all their stock? It was the bulls in a china shop, was it?
Well, yeah.
Whoa.
Well, that was
Whoa,
the.
who's saying bulls?
Whoa.
Who's saying bulls?
No, it's common knowledge. It's
Well, that's a common misconception as well. See, cow is offensive. Bull, less so.
Are we allowed to say bull?
Well, bull is
No.
our word.
Oh.
You can use
But
mine.
no, I'm so sorry if I offended. I didn't mean to steal anybody's word, but at the Scholars' Quarter, we learned of the Great Bull Clan, and they went from town to town across Sharathia, destroying china shops.
Oh,
So insensitive.
wow. If that were true, they could have been planted. I heard no. I didn't hear of that, but it could be a conspiracy. I
This
don't know.
is interesting. A great Sharathian conspiracy.
Yeah.
Thank you for teaching me this. Always
I
love
think
to learn.
China's behind it.
Well,
Sorry.
the only thing I'll say is, if you were to open a china shop, let in customers one at a time, perhaps. That would be my word of advice.
While they're having this discussion,
One at a time.
can I check the doors, see if there's like e-holes or anything that I could peer through?
While they're making stupid jokes about bulls in a china shop, can I play the game?
Brother, we are playing the game.
Hey,
You play chess, we play checkers.
There-
Wait, no, that's not it. Damn it.
Okay, you guys have opened this door, and that's that. Carry on.
Okay. Sigrun, do the honors.
An arrow
Whoa.
flies through the door, hitting you for 5 damage. Valen, please, everybody, Roll for initiative.
Oh.
You enter the room and you see 4 goblins in front of jail cells. And in the middle jail cell... Oh, that's a nat one. In the middle of the jail cell is a dwarf, imprisoned.
Oh.
And we will begin our encounter with Asher Blackthorn. Take it away.
I get
All right. That going. Perfect.
forget his name.
I will run up to this goblin right here. And I will strike at him.
Very good, and that will be a hit because he is off guard from you. Why does that happen again?
Because I am before him in initiative order. I have a feat for that.
Well, you smoke him.
He's gone.
Asher has big teleports behind you energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, he's right behind me, isn't he?
Nothing personnel, kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Would I? Oh no, I'd have to be over there to try opening the cell. Did I attempt to pick the lock on that cell?
It'll take more than the action in order to get movement, and then...
All right. Then I will move.
It will be another
Over
action
here.
to hop on top of this, so I can give you
Okay.
this space here.
All right. And I will end my turn there.
All right. And we're up with Hank Heavyhorn. Can
Wanna
you
get
fit?
knocked
I know. Make way. I'm gonna
Just flat against the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna barrel down the hallway. 2 movements will put me about here. Sorry, pardon me. Excuse me.
Orvin sucks his gut in.
And then so that was 2 moves. With my final, would it take an action to speak to this dwarf?
It will, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use my final action, and I'm gonna go. Are you in danger? Are these goblins hurting you?
He goes, help me!
All right, now I'm gonna look at the goblin, and I'm gonna point at him, and that will end my turn.
All right. Up to the Goblin Warrior. He will target the Minotaur in front of him and shoot an arrow,
Howard.
dealing 4 damage. And he knocks another arrow with -5 multiple attack penalty, missing. And he will use his last action to run behind these stairs. Orvin.
Could I get Bobbin, please?
All right.
This is my bad. This is my bad. I introduced Bobbin like an hour before we started, so it's,
A little cheeky surprise there.
there we go. Okay, so I'm going to use my first action. I've got 40 feet, so I'm going to move my first 20 feet here. And then I'm going to move my next 20 feet here. So that's one action. I'm going to use my next action to go into overdrive.
Is Bobbin at 5 gigahertz right now? That will be a success.
Yeah, I put the liquid nitrogen cooling on him.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And then I'm going to use my last action to command him to attack, which I looked it up. It gives him... so Bobbin gets 2 actions then
Okay.
per command. Now, does this mean that I can use 3 actions to command and get 6 hits in? How does that work?
That's an AI question. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. My next turn. So with Bobbin, I just have difficulty selecting him when he's mounted. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You are forgiven.
Secret in the corner.
Vampirus. Maybe he didn't enter combat somehow?
Do you have to roll initiative for them separately?
I didn't have to before, but he wasn't in the instance before. So I'm right after this goblin warrior. Maybe it just works after that then. If this goblin, I left combat and I re-entered it, and I ended up being right behind this goblin who's going to go next.
Okay, we'll just put it back to your turn.
Okay. Dude, I'm so sorry. I can't select. Oh, there we go.
I just had to drag him for you.
Okay, Bobbin is gonna strike with his first,
And that will be a
Is
miss for the
Bobbin?
first strike.
and he's gonna strike again.
And another miss.
And all that
Let's
for
go,
2
Bobbin.
misses. All right, that's my
What do you
turn.
do?
All right, we are going to go to this goblin warrior here. He will. How do we do hits here? Is he targeting you or Bobbin?
He can target either, but I'm 5 feet in the air.
Okay, he will target Hank Heavyhorn. And he
I
will
welcome it.
slice at you with his scimitar, giving you a critical hit.
Oh boy.
And that will be 12 damage, once more with a map -4.
I'm getting angry.
And that will be 3 damage.
Oh my gosh. Ouch.
And that will
Dang.
end his turn. Valen, you're up.
Oh boy.
All right, I'm gonna walk through here and take a go at this guy.
That will be a miss with only a 4. Not a lot you can do with that.
All right, gonna go for it again.
Another miss.
Dang. I'm going to try disarm him.
And that will fail by 8.
All
Unfortunately.
right.
That was 3
Right.
actions after the move, so that
Yeah.
was illegal. But
Oh,
Sigrun,
sorry about it.
Avanzaneg, you're up.
I'm going to sweet. I'm going to cast heal at with like my third, with all 3 actions, which will place a 30-foot emanation. This doesn't heal the goblins, does it?
No,
Oh,
it
gosh.
doesn't.
Okay, good. So we're good. So I'll place it right there, and I will roll for healing. What?
It might have hit the goblin.
They're all full health.
Oh,
But
Oh.
yeah.
Nice.
okay.
You have to
Well,
apply it
that only-
yourself. Severin can take 5.
All right. Well, that's my turn.
Beautiful. And the
you.
Goblin Warrior is up. It is going to stab at Asher Blackthorn with its dog slicer. That will be a hit,
Ugh.
doing 5 damage. We'll do once more with a map -4, missing.
Hang on. Yeah, no. So I have a nimble dodge
Nice.
as a reaction.
Okay.
Bro has everything. That's sick.
You get a +2, and it hit you by +7, so you still take the damage.
Okay. All right.
No, my bad.
Last
sorry.
action with a map -8. This will not be a hit, but he's going to swing for it anyways. Oh my goodness, it was a hit. Rolling a 19. And that
I
was a
call
hit
hacks.
by 0.
I would use my reaction, or
Then take
we-
2 damage.
yeah.
And that will be the goblin's turn. Finn Barnes.
Okay,
Let's go.
bear with me here.
Where?
Yeah. At this skeleton, like towards this area,
Right.
I'm just gonna cast electric arc.
On the skeleton?
Yeah, just down here.
Necromancy or
That's by me.
something?
Okay, it can't. It's not a token, so it can't roll a reflex save. So you just roll damage.
Okay, sounds good.
I wonder what you're planning.
All right,
And-
the electric shock torches the bones and turns them to charred dust.
Okay, and since my last action this turn was casting a spell, I will use Arcade Stance,
Oh.
and I will pick fire.
That's very interesting.
Awesome.
And
What?
that ends my turn.
All right, Asher, you're up.
That's really interesting. Hey.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right.
Sure.
Oh, so he's got cover. If I move up here, where he's no longer got the cable in between us,
Correct. He will no longer.
can I?
Yeah.
Okay. I will do that,
Oh, cool.
and then I will make a strike.
Okay. That will be a hit.
Nice.
The Goblin Warrior will take 7 damage, killing it as you pierce its belly, sticking him from the inside out.
Wow.
Nice.
All right. That's 2 actions. And with my third action, I will move here. And that ends my turn.
Hank Heavyhorn.
Dang. Hank.
Nice. I will. Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Frozen away.
I don't want to hit you.
I'm trying to fix this.
Like my cat when I'm going up the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to demoralize the goblin. I'm going to tell him, "No, you shouldn't have done that."
Okay.
I have it in my little check here.
If I was a different Minotaur, I'd be mad.
And that will succeed. The Goblin looks and its face is reminiscent of the Goblin that you found in the Frozen Stag Inn. He goes,
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. You're lucky I don't rage. Another Minotaur would have raged by now. And then I'm gonna hit him with my great axe.
okay.
What?
Yeah. And that will be a hit. Roll for damage.
Still gonna kill him?
Of course. That hurt, man. I didn't do nothing to him.
And that
Oh,
will
did
be
3 damage.
6 damage, killing the
Oh.
Goblin dead
Nice.
in
Good job.
one hit.
And then for my final action, I'm gonna point to the other goblin warrior and demoralize again and go, "You're next."
Okay. Make the action and target him.
Targeted and rolled.
And that will be a success. And you can see urine begin to leak down the green little small calf of the other goblin. You can see his knees begin to buckle.
Poor guy.
You shouldn't have shot me.
Astor Green says we should really notify all China shops in a 50-mile radius.
Tsunami warning.
Yeah. That's funny.
All right.
Got me tickled pink even.
This goblin will fire at the Minotaur. And he will do 6 damage. Using one more action to fire again, critically missing, and his final action will be to run away.
Dang.
Coward! I yell
That's-
down the hallways.
Combat is still initiated.
Dang, bro's
More of
almost dead. That's my
Right.
job.
So I'm just going to fix this like that. Okay. So I'm going to move to pursue the goblin. Oh,
Routing him.
Inside, you see the corpse of the goblin smeared with
Oh.
blood, and an animated suit of armor looks at you cold and soulless, it enters the battle.
Oh,
That's really cool.
Okay.
Does heat metal? No, I'm playing.
Yes, it does. We learned this.
Yeah. Wish
So
I had
I'm-
that spell.
I'm gonna move again, and then I'm going to use my last action to command Bobbin to attack the animated armor.
Okay,
So I'll have 2 attacks.
that will be a hit. Roll for damage.
What a
Animated
cool
armor
little
will
thing you
take
got.
7 damage.
Oh, no
and
damage.
here it takes no damage.
Maybe it's armored.
Oh.
It's immune to bludgeoning.
Okay. I'm gonna use my piercing or slicing attack. Now. And that's going to be with my I have -4. It
That
misses.
will be a miss, unfortunately.
And that's my turn.
Valen Keenmanor.
all right.
What
I
a noble
will.
name.
I hope so.
What a cool name.
That will be the end of my turn, as far as I can go.
Are you sure? That was one action.
Yeah.
You have 3 of those.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I already end. Okay. Thank you. Sampyrus is looking favorably.
Sabirus is with
He
us.
is merciful.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can attack him for your 3rd.
Okay. Let's go.
That will be a hit by 1. And that will be 10 damage on the armor. And it will take
Wow.
1 damage.
Tough, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, is it my turn or is it still?
It is
Valen's?
Sigrun Abenzanek.
Sigrun's gonna go, and he's gonna prepare a healing spell. So I'm gonna cast heal, and I'm gonna specifically target Herc with. I'm gonna use like the set 2 actions, so I can just specifically get this guy.
Beauty.
So I'm gonna roll.
Nice.
pretty good.
Yeah, 14. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back.
Look at this, brother.
His chest.
Great
Bro is-
heal.
and he's getting mad too.
Yeah, I might rage.
Yeah, another Minotaur. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna move up here, and that will end my turn.
It's actually wild how impactful a cleric is on balance.
He's like,
Like, it's insane.
I'm so hyped. I love healing.
All right, I'm gonna start moving. 20, 25, 30, 1 action. 5, 10, 15,
Bro's flaming.
25, 30. 2. Beans. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that was my turn.
Very good. Hank.
That is
or
such
Asher.
a cool aura you have, dude. Like, you're
That's very badass.
so badass.
Covered in flames.
Yeah, like,
Oh,
let me
yeah.
at it, bro. Not weird or anything.
Right.
Pick a lock.
I would like to pick the lock on this. On
Oh,
this
good
cell door.
idea.
Okay.
trickster.
Hold up. I'll make that check for you. It's in the chat.
Alright.
Bro, I'm so hyped about your health bar, Hank. That's so sick.
yeah.
That
Well, I was
will
actually
be-
just
A
Five
success.
I know, bro.
The door is now unlocked, Asher.
Alright, I'd like to open the door,
All right. You may.
and that ends my turn.
He enters the combat against us.
That would suck.
yeah, seriously.
The dwarf walks out and says, "Thank you. You have my axe. This is the first time any dwarf has ever said a line like that," he says.
Let's go. Good job, Asher. He's got
And
a
the
cool
dwarf
beard too.
We'll enter combat with you. Hank, you're up.
That's so sick.
I'm willing to spend an action on this, but as I run by Sigrun, I'm gonna I'm gonna bring his head in and just kiss the
Are you
top
for
of his
real?
head.
Using an
Thank you.
action on that? Oh, bro.
Yeah,
That's so sweet.
absolutely. If I have to, yeah.
Yes, you have to, but it's a beautiful
Aw.
action.
Always thank your supports.
Dude.
I will run by and use an action to kiss his head. So, and then one more action.
But I like I would have stopped if he had did that.
You can split up your movement in your actions. How much speed do you have?
25.
Yeah, so okay, so you could have made it up to here and then yeah.
Oh.
Perfect. Yeah, you're good.
If we're allowing that, I spent 5 feet of my movement. Could I
Yep.
use the extra 20
Absolutely.
to... Okay.
Nice. Oh, but that will also end.
And this goblin is actually dead. The animated armor will target the other set of animated armor in front of him, and he will strike you with his gauntlet, missing for the first one, and striking you now with his glaive, and that will be a hit. And he does 7 damage on Bobbin.
Bobbin takes 7 damage.
You will do once with map -10, surely missing. Yes, and that will be the end. Orva Nomladak.
Oh, I'm up. That's me.
That's your
Sorry,
name.
I'm used to hearing Ray Lynn.
I know.
Wait a second.
Bro said, who we hiding from?
Right. I'm gonna strike back with a vengeance using Bobbin's blade.
Ooh,
Fantastic.
17.
Bobbin's blade.
You have a blade?
That's cool.
Dang.
So 5 damage against the animated armor. He will
Oh.
take no damage.
Oh,
Bro's armored.
Okay.
well, that's not good.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna hit him with the divine lance. Just you wait.
now what do I do?
Guess I'll just die.
I wasn't expecting that. I don't have
So the way-
anything.
So it has a passive, and it has hardness. Are you guys familiar with how hardness works?
No.
No.
The hardness reduces any damage it takes by an amount equal to the hardness.
Okay.
Once an animated armor is reduced to less than half its hit points, or immediately upon being damaged by a critical hit, the construct armor breaks and its armor class is reduced.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So it's not pointless for me to be attacking it.
If you land a 20, that will break the spell. Critical hit or take his health down.
Dang, that's really cool.
Okay.
I'm almost out of heals though. I only have 2 left.
All right.
So let's
I'm
wrap
gonna.
this up.
Guys, I'm
Okay.
gonna sleep over here.
You could try disarm it as well.
I'm. Good point. I could try to disarm it. Is that Okay.
Aruben has a keyboard and mouse in his mech. Controlling it.
He's running some code right now.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna finish up my attack here. I'm gonna do map -5.
Nice.
And that will
Wow,
be
that
a
was-
hit. Roll for damage.
Good job. Oh.
And with 4 damage, unfortunately.
No
take no
damage.
damage.
Yeah. Okay. I am just gonna. I'm gonna just move out of the way here. And I'm gonna end my turn there.
All right. Valen Kinmenor, you're up.
All right. I will first try to hit it.
And
Nice crit.
is that a critical hit? Its construct armor has been broken.
Oh,
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Good
and that
job,
will be
dude.
12 damage against.
Oh,
The animated
you broke
armor.
the spell, bro. Good job.
Nice.
You have Warren,
Jeepers.
too.
Enough with the crits, brother. Oh, that wasn't a crit. And that will be
Yeah.
Critical
15 damage
You're strong,
with
dude.
2 swipes. Your sword makes impact on this animated armor and fells it where it stands.
Let's go.
You'll love to
Congrats,
see it.
gentlemen. 106 XP each. Congratulations.
That's sick.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Dude, that's so sick. Guys, I'm almost out of heal.
Hey, so what
happened
can
there?
we do
Well-
medicine checks to heal up?
If you have healing
That's true. I do have
Oh,
I do have a medicine kit I
Oh,
can
heal-
do some
okay.
work with.
as do I. But
Hey,
As you
Maybe
guys
I can-
are looking around for your heals, this dwarf looks to Asher and says, I owe you my life. Thank you, lad. The name is Dwarven Duskhorn. I'll be honest, I'm quite surprised to see a face that's not a goblin in here. And you? Pleasure to meet you. A fellow dwarf of sorts? He sort of looks at you curiously.
a strange one, but a dwarf nonetheless. It's good to meet you too.
Aye. It's good timing. I thought I was done for sure. You don't have any rations on you, do you? It's been days since I've had a bite to eat.
We have
Here,
food for you.
take mine.
Please reduce. You don't have 15 gold on you, do you, lad?
I've only got 5, and I hold out the 5 gold coins and I count them out on my hand, clearly visible.
You best hold on to those for now. Goblins are greedy for that type of coin.
Oh,
15 gold on you.
okay. Sorry, I was just I wasn't offering them, but I was just counting them. Yeah, here's my rations.
I appreciate it. Please delete one of the rations. We are meticulously tracking this game. Doran graciously finishes up the rations and wipes the crumbs away from his beard and says, Well, I suppose you're wondering what this place is. But before we get to that, why are you here?
That's a long story. We were guarding a caravan on its way to Othron from Grimhaldor. Unfortunately, we were separated in a blizzard. We've been trying to make our own way since then.
I see. Well, you picked a pretty merciless path to get to Othron. I'm here on more of a personal mission, to reclaim honor for the Duskhorn family. This path was sealed off a couple of years back by the Stone Shield family. The Duskhorn family said that we would be able to fight the goblins off, but the Stone Shield family disagreed, and so they sealed it off. This, gentlemen, as he sort of beckons around to the cavern around you, is my people's home. And the Duskhorns have as equal a claim to Othron as the Stone Shields. But alas, that is not the vision of the people. Perhaps I may not be able to reclaim the glory, but 5 of my kinsmen were felled here, and my father, his last dying wish was to recover the bones of their skeleton. One is in the cell to the right.
is it?
There it is.
I'm gonna check the lock. Is it open?
It's not, no, it's locked.
Oh. If there was a craftier member of our party.
I will attempt to pick the lock.
Okie dokie. I will give you a thievery check.
Oh,
Oh,
Your lockpick
Insert
snaps.
Skyrim
Yeah.
sound.
may I try?
imagine that.
Dwarven looks and says,
By all means.
this guy.
I'm gonna try and kick open the cell. Can I attempt that?
Oh, what is the check for this? Didn't one of us go over kicking down doors?
Yeah, there was actually a door. I don't remember where that is
What's
though.
that break
Force
into the entry
open?
thing that you got?
Yeah, for
Oh, right. That's actually.
And in athletics.
Yeah, let me.
In athletics.
Oh, right. That was
Force
under
open.
exploration,
Force open.
breaking, and entering.
DC 37 acrobatics.
Dang.
Oh, could I
Oh,
use
that's
the
the
athletics?
breaking and entering. Yeah.
Sorry, what was that, Hank?
Well, there is the force open. It does.
With a
It should
high enough
work.
result, yeah.
Athletics check.
All right, I will give you an athletics check in the chat.
Oh boy.
Or I'm healing.
And that will be a failure as you throw the entirety of your weight against the metal door. It
I want to try.
is of dwarven make and seems not to give to your weight. You can take the same. Valen. That will be a success.
Oh.
You break open the door.
I'll
And
step aside.
Dwarven says, "Thank you, Master Elf." He looks sort of shocked that those words are coming out of his mouth, but he goes inside and he gets down on one knee and he rests his head down. And he takes the skull and he puts it into his bag. This was Bat Morlum, my father's right-hand man. He was a good dwarf. If you can help me find the other four, my father will reward you greatly.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Wait.
hey,
The scorched
question:
one.
do they all look like that, like a little yellowish hue, or is it just like any skeleton that's just happened to be laying around?
Oh.
There were 5 skeletons meticulously placed by St. Piers the Merciful before this session began, with a side quest involving great rewards if all were to be recovered. Says the dwarf.
Oh man.
You have a strong connection with Sempiris.
I have spent many days inside his temple.
Between his temples, you could say.
Yes, some may say that, yes.
That was so good.
That was very good, yes.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this is a good time for it, but I need to repair Bobbin, and I need a DC.
Okay, do you want to walk us through how this works? Because I'm not familiar. Is it like repairing a shield? Is it the same?
So it's the repair action. You spend 10 minutes attempting to fix a damaged item, placing it on a stable surface, and using the repair kit. The
Okay.
GM sets the DC.
And it's a crafting check, right?
Yes.
All right, it's in the chat. Well done. Critically succeeding.
Nice.
So that heals Bobbin by 20, bringing Bobbin to full health.
Fantastic.
While he's at that, I would like to search the goblins and the animated suit of armor for any loot.
We could bring the guy up here to where the animated suit was, because there's a body.
Let me just check that out for loot first, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Hank, bend over. I'm healing you.
You find nothing in the animated armor, and nothing in 3 of the goblins, but in 1, you find something rather shiny.
Whoa.
Don't mind if I do. I will, I'll hold on to that for safekeeping.
Dwarven
Wow.
says, "Now, if we can recover the skeletons of my ancestor, I would be eternally in your debt, as would the entirety of the Duskhorn family. However, if I might be so disposed to ask for a little wee bit of help clearing the goblin scourge from my beautiful ancestral home, I could take you to Othron. There's a way through here."
Perhaps we can work together.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I am happy to help in this, as the goblins have hurt me, and your home is indeed beautiful.
I appreciate that.
What kind of stone is this made out of?
I know somebody who would like this.
Right? I feel like a past good friend of mine would be obsessed with this.
If only he were
know.
with us now. As he places a hand on Finn's shoulder. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Anyways.
Guys, I like stone too.
Oh, yeah. I bet you do.
Nope. Anyways.
It would look like this was an entrance. And Dwarven looks to the skeletal remains
Oh,
in front of him. No.
wait.
No. No. How can it be? Umirgram. And he looks back and says, these burn marks are fresh. Did you see what happened? Jules giggles.
Always liked that when we got here.
Someone's got to roll for deception.
No,
We don't have to lie to him.
no, we don't have to roll for deception. Excuse me, Master Duskhorn.
Oh,
It's
it's an honorable thing.
I know what happened.
Well,
And
spit
I
it
must
out.
apologize.
What do you
You
mean?
see, as part of my magic, I needed to cast a spell. Just to cast one, and I cast it off in this direction. Not meaning to decimate any corpse or anything like that. And I fear that me being a student of magic, I may have ricocheted my spell off the wall and struck this skeleton on accident.
Make a check for me, please, in the chat.
I'm literally telling the truth.
I feel like
I
you
am-
targeted that skeleton.
I am.
I feel like you aimed at that, bro.
Yeah.
No, I said in the area of the skeleton. I would like to use a hero point.
Okay.
It was just a reference point. He wasn't aiming
Yeah.
at it.
Right,
We didn't,
right.
we didn't have to say anything.
Oh, no.
we didn't have to say anything.
Halfling luck.
No, you know,
Yeah. Oh shoot.
right? No, Finn had to say something.
Sigrid will prepare a heal spell.
Dwarven looks to Finn and says, his spirit, it will never find rest. Do you know what you've done, lad? In our culture, they're required to be buried by their forefathers. But this, he's been turned to dust. How will his soul find rest to go to the halls of his fathers?
We could bury the dust.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Just cremated now.
That's not my exactly.
Right?
And you know, cremation can be expensive.
Yeah.
I actually did you a favor.
Oh God.
You know nothing of our ways, Minotaur. Allow me to mourn in peace, he says, as you can sort of see him gathering up the charred remains of the bones and, like, silently weeping.
I'd like to perform a dance to call.
I tell ya.
Okay,
I'm so embarrassed at my party.
I'm gonna need a performance check, please.
I got it. Here, I'm rolling.
Oh, it was so close.
Oh,
It's a terrible
why are we
dance.
dancing?
So you rolled a 6. Valen, I'm gonna need you to stand up and show us what kind of dance you did in order to get a better roll.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
He's a huge help.
It's actually pretty good. You
Wow.
rolled bad, but the performance. Valen, or Dwarven Duskhorn is gathering up these charred remains, and in between the symbols.
God damn it.
in between his sniffles, he goes, "That was pretty good."
Thank you.
On second thought, maybe he will find rest. With that lovely tribute to my ancestors. This
Yep.
very skillful interpretive demonstration by the elf.
Yeah. Nothing but respect for your people.
I can tell that, yeah. Okay, let's keep going then.
That is what fixed it. That was good enough for him.
The Napoleon Dynamite gif in the chat just slayed me, man.
It felt fitting.
From down the hallway, Hank's gonna go, guys,
As this is
you're gonna
happening,
want to see this.
Doran turns to Finn and says, "Would you help me, lad?"
Yeah, absolutely. What can I do to help?
He takes the pelvis bone and motions to put it in your bag, and he sort of gathers up what bones he can, and he puts them into his own.
Yeah, I pick up the pelvis bone. And again, I am truly sorry.
You saved my life, lad. The lives of living are more valuable than the remains of the dead, and a true dwarf knows that. Thank you for your help.
Can I use that quote in a future paper of mine?
Oh, of course, as long as you credit the Duskhorn family house. I'd be honored.
Absolutely. That's DUSKHORNE or
No E.
Okay.
For a while, there was a silent Q in there, but we figured it was too hard to just mess some people up, so...
Horn.
You never know where those silent Qs go.
They pop up in the most heroic of family names, he says.
Nub in real life sheds a tear.
What is it, Hank?
I think Sigrun and I have found another skeleton, perhaps.
Oh, this is Thefiem. This is my uncle. His remains will be honored. And he takes the skull and puts it into his bag. That is
put a hand.
2.5 recovered.
I'm gonna put a hand on the dwarf as they gather the stuff, and I'm gonna say, his bones look particularly strong.
Aye, that they were. He drank a lot of milk.
It shows.
This guy's family died here.
He's a good-spirited dwarf.
Red-blooded dwarf.
must have been gasoline milk the way that last skeleton went up the face. Your dance has slain Sampyrus. That was awesome.
There was a locked door back here in the hallway. I don't know what's behind it though.
Let's see.
You have to lockpick it or kick it down.
This door is inaccessible from the side you were on. I'll just save us the time.
Okay.
It does
Thank
not open
you.
on this side.
Bless Sampyrus.
Asher keeps jump scaring me around corners, just quietly,
Spooky bastard!
quietly standing in the shadows.
Okay, this one as well.
This one is susceptible to a lockpick, but Dwarn says, "Wait, lads. I think there may be a better way. Follow me."
Get out the way, Hank.
He turns to the group and says,
Sorry.
"What's a fruit? The word after water, blank."
Oh! Finn raises his hand. I believe it is melon.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool, eh? It's just weird. You say this word, and secret doors open all around you.
So you built this place, hey?
No, what? See, no, this has been in my family for generations.
Sorry,
You just got this refinished.
Did your family build this place?
Aye, that they did.
Okay.
They
Well,
loved
come on
fruits.
through, Hank.
Oh, sorry there, big guy.
Yeah, real quick though, Hank's gonna go. I've seen a lot of secret passages in my day, and that was pretty impressive.
Only from the Duskborn family.
Can
can't
I fit?
Melon.
I can't scroll the map for some reason.
Refresh. Hold up, guys, before you pile out of here.
Sorry.
Here, why don't you go first?
You want me to oil you up to get you through?
Frickin'
Well, I'm afraid if I get stuck and you're behind me, you'll be cut off from the rest of the group.
I might be able to kick you through from behind.
Fair enough.
You get stuck.
Lube up Hank and push him through.
Around the corner.
Yeah.
can't do any. What? I can't even close the window.
Did you refresh, Cal?
Oh,
It's a computer problem.
okay. I was trying to post a GIF, and then that window was there,
It's thou mean a GIF.
but it's not. It's taking forever for it to actually put up the file browser window, and while it's doing that, I can't actually.
Yeah, just hit an F5 if that happens again. It should fix it for you. Okay.
For what it's
can't
worth, Finn is the whole time he's walking through this passage, he's just mumbling melon.
Yeah, you got that.
Like with expectation after each corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. As you guys enter through this small chasm, Hank, I'm sorry, you can't fit, big boy.
I knew it.
You're too big.
These damn dwarves and their damn passages.
I sucked
Any
in
other
all the way.
minotaur would be screaming out racism here.
You have stumbled upon a goblin enclave, and you see a particularly large hobgoblin sitting on a dwarven throne with a snarling goblin-looking dog standing next to it. And littered around the chamber seem to be its friends. They have not yet noticed you. Nice. Wow, that was bassy.
All right, I'm just getting back into the game now.
Could I reasonably assume what I'm seeing on the battle map right now, which is that locked door, there's a good chance that it's
Yes.
unlockable from the other side? Okay.
Absolutely.
I'd like to turn to the medium-sized and smaller of our group that we're able to fit through and say, I think there's a minotaur that would be very helpful for us in this engagement. I think the first thing we can do is open up that door. Asher, do you think you can sneak and unlock that door for our friend? If you think it's a good
certainly try.
idea.
Pacing nervously.
Yeah, I will attempt to sneak.
So directly in front like this, or go back around?
Well, the door only opens from this side, right?
That was this door back here.
Yeah, this one. It was just
okay.
strategy, so we weren't going to get seen right away.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I will go. I'll go back around and then pick the lock from the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, because we could try flank and then just power through. You guys go down the middle.
All right, I'm going to need a thievery check from you, please. It's in the chat.
And why can't our dwarf friend unlock these doors? Is this not his house?
Whoa.
I'm gonna say that to Asher under my breath. I mean, what is he good for, right?
Dwarven is off in another passage and luckily cannot hear you. That is a success, a critical success. The door is unlocked and can
Goblin
be opened
dog.
upon a click.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
When we're ready. Do we have some means of signaling each other?
I
Coordinate our strength.
didn't think of
It
a.
would appear not.
Yeah, Hank's all, okay, so now what?
We should have came up with a code word.
I propose we let Hank just barrel through.
Well,
You have
what does
25
a,
health.
what does a
Can
war
I-
chanter do? Would that help, like, fortify all the other goblins if he were to do something?
A good
'Cause
question.
He's separate. Like, we could sneak over to him, kill him, and then go back and then start the main.
Would that
I
be a
could-
check for Goblin Arts and Culture?
There might be a goblin named Lorheim over here.
I'd like to, make my way back over through the secret passage again,
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go, thanks, man.
and then
Appreciate it.
As you pass Dorn, he says, "Oh yeah, dude, what's going on?"
All right, I picked the lock on the door over there so that when we're ready to go, our Minotaur friend can burst in and, element of surprise, all that.
Understood. I'll go back up the Minotaur. What's the signal?
Probably it's going to involve some goblin shouting and, clashing of blade, that
Understood.
sort of thing.
I'll wait for the signal, he says.
when the dwarf comes back, I'm gonna be like, okay, so what the hell is going on, man?
I don't know. That fletchling guy is very cryptic. We attack on the signal, but I don't really know what the signal is.
All right, well,
I think when we hear the voices, you storm in, and I will wield your intimidation, and we will fell all our enemies in one go.
I like the
this plan.
you storm in. I was sneaking in there.
hell yeah, brother.
Should we maybe just engage in dialogue with our hidden upper hand behind that door? Should we just see if see if we can learn some more about what's going on here?
How about instead of that, I go sneaky, stabby, stabby.
Yes, I'm also going to go into sneak mode.
If you go sneaky, stabby on the war chanters and stuff, and then they don't have any.
Right, on the backup forces.
Yeah.
We could maybe talk to one of them.
I'm gonna turn to the door. Did you hear something? I thought.
Are those the goblin voices we were... I think that's the signal, lad!
I can't tell. Are you hearing that?
Are you for real?
No.
Oh, that would be so funny if you guys did that.
Charge!
Yeah.
Well, does it happen?
Why do
Does
I hear
happen?
it?
Do we see
Why do I
it?
hear a chant of rock and stone from down the corridor?
Dwarven turns to Hank and says, "Listen, lad, I don't mean to cause any offense, but just hear me out for a second. Could I, perhaps, ride you in the battle?"
No way.
By all means. And I'm gonna kneel down. I'm gonna go on my elbow, like how a horse, drops to a knee.
Sure.
Oh,
And drop
this
down.
is...
Hop on.
I've dreamed about this since I was just a little guy, he says. And he hops on top of Hank's heavy horned shoulders. And
And stout little guy. Jesus.
Sam, if you select them both and press M, I think it'll actually.
He weighs 240 pounds.
Good thing I squat.
Like if you drag select over the two of them and then press M.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, but it should apply the mounted condition. It'll be or target Hank with as the dwarf.
Haha! Nice!
There we go.
All right.
Crazy.
Okay. Beautiful.
Nice.
Okay, so you have succeeded in your sneak check.
Thank you.
Asher. No, Asher.
What? Not mine?
I'm just going one at a time. Asher called it first, so I'm going through them.
Okay.
And you may move within 10 feet of any goblin without being detected. Did you make your check?
I think Valen made his check. I didn't make my check.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that was the thievery.
It's okay.
Yeah, hang on. Sorry, that was. Let me.
Okay, so that is a 12, Valen.
Okay.
As you are... Asher, you are undetected. Valen, as you walk in, your heavy, plate-laden foot, clang, and you freeze. And you duck behind a bookshelf, and you hear...
What was that? Go check it out.
Did you hear that?
I did hear
goblin.
it. That's a signal. Charge!
Blow through the door and run in.
Are you for real? All right, gentlemen, roll for initiative.
Oh.
What are you guys doing over there? I thought we were fighting.
Dwarven is just amped. He's coming back to reclaim his ancestral home riding a minotaur.
Hell yeah.
All right, that was very cool.
Sweet.
Extremely cool.
Awesome.
Oh, gee, I rolled terribly.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're going to begin our encounter with Sigrun. Take it away.
Sweet. I'm going to cast sorry. I'm going to cast Benediction.
Oh.
Is that just I hope that's not just an emanation around me, but it probably is.
So it's a 15-foot emanation around you.
Oh shoot, can I not place that? Oh, that doesn't even hit anybody. Dang it, I thought I could place the circle. Okay, well that was a waste. Never mind. Well, if they come there...
You don't have to
Sorry,
cast that if you don't want to.
Oh, I can take it back? Okay, thanks guys. I thought I could place it around. Gosh, what do I do? Nobody's hurt yet. I guess I'll cast forbidding. I'll cast Divine Lance. I guess against this Goblin Commando.
All right, make your attack. And unfortunately,
that's a
that
cool
Divine
little-
Lance will miss the Goblin as he
Okay,
nimbly
well-
dodges out of the way from that energy pulse.
Sounds good. I don't really. Maybe I'll move in closer so that I can actually do a benediction next time, and that will be the end of my turn.
All right. Grosmiog, the hobgoblin leader, will jump out of its chair and target Dwarren and slice at him with its sword. Missing.
Rude.
And one more time. This one will be a hit, and Dwarren will take 6 damage. Oh!
Save me, Hank.
He says.
Wow, my little guy.
He's already like done.
I didn't know they were that hard.
This goblin will move over here, targeting Orvin, and he will send an arrow down at the gnome, critically hitting. Ooh,
Before you roll damage? Okay, no. Yep. Do your damage.
that will be 8 damage.
Okay.
Dang.
Oh. Ouch.
Missing his second shot. The next goblin will target Sigrun Abenzaneg, knock an arrow and loose it towards the stone dwarf, and that will be a hit with 6 damage.
Uh-oh.
He's going to move around for a flank, and he will target Hank with a map -5, sending an arrow, missing the Minotaur. Pretty big target, bad aim. All right, Hank, you're up.
Okay, I will. Very first thing I'm gonna do is demoralize Grosmiog here.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna yell, "Give the dwarves back their home!"
Dwarven
But in a
goes,
really scary
Yeah, well, that guy said.
and that will be a success, turning him frightened 1.
Wow. Cool.
and then I will take a scary step towards him and strike.
To be fair, I can't really imagine a more intimidating scene for that hobgoblin to see those 2 stone doors with a minotaur and a dwarf riding him. That will be 8. Did you just do 18? No. Okay. That's
Oh,
fair.
no. That was.
And that will be 8 damage on Grozmiog.
Nice.
And that will end my turn.
Beautiful. And we are up to the Goblin War Chanter, who will target Asher Blackthorn.
Am I still stealth?
Yes, you are. You'll use one move over to Valen Keenmanor. And miss once more with a map -4.
Use a reactive strike on him.
If he leaves your threat range.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that an attack of opportunity?
Isn't attack of opportunity D&D and reactive strike is Pathfinder?
Put it in the chat.
I just have it as a hotbar thing. Let me see.
Within your reach uses a manipulate or a move action.
Makes a
range
ranged
attack, or leaves a square during a move action. So is a manipulate action an attack?
No,
Well,
I
it
don't
didn't use a move action within his reach.
I think it's.
Oh, it
when-
didn't leave
Yeah.
a square. Okay, so it entered his reach. It didn't leave
Yeah.
Yeah.
leave a square while it was in his reach.
Okay.
And ranged attack, but melee attacks do not count.
Okay.
All right, Valen, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna dog him anyways.
Hell yeah.
And that will be a hit.
Nice.
+9's wild.
8 damage as you bring that weapon down on the Goblin War Chanter. You cleave off like a big chunk of the flesh from his arm as he squeals as the elvish metal touches his flesh.
Dang.
And that will be another hit by Valen the Elf.
Ooh, that was almost a 1.
Almost. And you will do it again, shaving off even more flesh. He is now on death's door. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but you can mouse over any token and get a visual estimate of how they're doing. It's not very metagaming because you don't know their exact HP, but if you mouse over this goblin here, it will say he's on death's door.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
And that is a miss, unfortunately, bringing it over to the goblin dog's turn. This goblin dog, trying to protect its master, will target the Minotaur and biting at your ankles. Critically missing once more with a map -5. This one will be a hit. Please take 4 damage.
Ouch.
Door and Duskhorn will sort of be trying to hold on to the tufts of fur around your neck as you're kind of kicking this dog away. Oh! Oh! And he takes his axe and swings at Grozmiog. Actually, he's gonna use his Warhammer,
He's 2.
and he will
Dang.
crank that thing right in the skull, with dealing 10 damage to Grozmiog. And using that momentum, he will try and follow up his strike again with a map -5. And that will be another hit for 10 more
Nice.
damage.
Dang.
And he
Sick.
will have to use the balance action. He will have to make an acrobatics check to stay on top. Here, gotta make a DC. Here he goes. And he will succeed.
This is such a cool fight.
Asher, you're up.
All right. I'm going to sidle on up behind this Goblin War Chief. So he should be off guard to me because I am
That's right.
sneaking. So I will make a strike with my kukri. I'm going to try and slit his throat.
Oh, slinking up
Wow.
behind him, Valen, you see a puff of shadow appear behind the Goblin War Chanter and a blade emerge at the green throat.
Wow.
Oh, so cool.
And he pulls it back, dealing 28 damage
What?
as he holds his forehead and just gives you a nod.
That's
Holy
seriously
crap.
big.
Did he die?
All right. I will
Dang.
use the rest of my move to
I give a
There.
pat on his butt while he passes by me.
Yeah, just a little
Yeah.
a love tap.
Yeah, a little sportsmanship there, you know.
And I will make a strike against this
It will have
goblin.
to be ranged. There's elevation here, and this is sort of a guardrail.
Is this?
there's-
Oh, hang on. Is it this area up here? This area here, is that above?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm following the stairs here that go
Okay.
up.
So this area is above, and this area over here is below.
Yeah, that's right. So this whole area
Okay.
here is elevated.
Okay, so I can't. Could I? If I went from here, could I drop down on?
This
On
is
them?
like this is a pony wall here separating two areas of similar elevation.
Okay, so I can't actually. Okay, and that's a bookshelf there. Shoot. Okay. I don't have a ranged weapon yet. Gotta do something about that. Okay. I will make one more move action to right there. And that will end my turn.
All right, Finn
Sweet.
Barnes.
Okay, Finn is going to target that guy. Oh. And I will cast Needle Darts.
Hey,
Mm.
I like that.
Will
A man of
throw
class.
it. Yes. Go Cold Iron.
Fortunately, that will be a miss by 3.
All right. And I will use Arcana Cascade.
Beautiful.
And let's go Acid.
Oh,
Cool.
nice.
Dang, that is so sick.
That'll-
Really? You gonna do acid in the middle of combat?
Yeah,
too
man,
acid.
tripping.
All
Finn
right.
Barnes has left combat.
He's in the astral realm with Sampiris right now. All right, Orvin.
As
Okay.
free as a bard now.
Looks like Grosmiog's taken care of. So I'm gonna rush this commando here. And
Dang, you're moving.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
then I'm going to
Hustling.
figure out what's going on there.
How hurt are y'all?
Okay. So
Good.
we're just gonna pretend that I'm still mounted there, and I'll be figuring this out before next session. But I'm gonna attack the Goblin Commando with Bobbin.
Okay. Oh, unfortunately, a miss with a 7. Another
I'm gonna
critical
do it
miss.
again. This is embarrassing.
It would appear that you forgot to oil a bobbin after reassembling
Oh, no.
him. Yep, 4 actions. Just do a couple more.
Oh wait, no, I can't. I can't. That's it. That's it for my turn.
Oh, that's funny.
Sigrun, you're up.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna move into this square right here, and now I'm going to cast. I'm gonna cast Benediction. So that's a little buff for everybody.
Beautiful.
who's near
So
me.
that will be a 15-foot emanation from you. And this will target allies, include self.
Yep.
and-
So that's a 1 bonus to AC.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, and that's my turn. I believe. No. Yeah, that's a 2 action. Sweet.
All right. We are up to Grosmiog, who will target Dwarven again and swing with his bastard sword. Missing. Missing. No. Give me a hat! Bastard!
Benediction.
The goblin warrior will use one of its actions to vault over the pony wall, targeting Valen Keenmanor and swinging at you with its dog slicer. Missing. Come on. We're at the same level. This is supposed to be balanced. And this goblin oh. Is he riding Bobbin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my bad.
He will focus
Bobbin was-
Orban.
Somebody else got it.
riding the goblin.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's
I,
going on with these rolls here? Seriously. Natural 1, 5. Natural 1.
You know how I feel.
Okay,
It's a
Hank.
skill issue right
Got
there.
-1.
The goblin
Seriously.
and Bobbin, the visual of them going at it right now, both like huge attacks and missing like crazy.
Yeah, seriously. All right, Hank.
Just enraged.
Let's go, Hank.
I'm gonna start by demoralizing Grosmiog again, and I'm gonna go. I have been benedicted.
Let's go.
Will be my
I'm like preaching a sermon.
yeah.
And that will be a success.
Nice.
He is frightened
And then-
again.
Yeah, benedicted.
And then I will strike him, and I'm gonna go. Feel the wrath of my cleric. Nice.
Nice.
That will be a hit. And
I appreciate that.
as you swing your great axe down on Grosmiog,
Oh.
looks to you and goes,
You can never kill me.
as that blade cuts its throat, felling it.
Who
there.
is?
Can't kill
Who
what?
is? Yeah.
You will never know.
You can't park there. Dude, that is
Then-
so badass.
I think I've got one more action. I'm gonna just go blah and demoralize the dog.
You're like, dude, you're like Sully from Monsters Inc.
Totally. Oh, and that is a success. And the dog goes,
Boogity boogity boo.
Dude, so sick.
Jesus,
Limbo.
Hank.
Oh,
Valen.
that's nice.
Okay, I am also gonna demoralize.
Nice.
And that will be a failure. You
Okay.
pull the will tongue face, and it looks at you and goes,
What the hell is that?
Come on, that's kind of demoralizing.
It's like a.
that
What's
will be a
the
hit.
New Zealand Warriors?
Oh,
the haka.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
And that will kill the goblin warrior.
Good job, dude.
Beautiful. You've got one more action.
I'll. That will be the end of my turn.
Okay. The goblin dog looks at its master's fallen corpse, and it runs past. Does anyone have reactive strike?
I do
I'm
not.
not there.
Nope.
All right, the goblin
I got
dog will
benediction.
leave combat. Dwarven goes,
That's right. Run, you little scoundrel.
Nice.
and he looks to the goblin and he says,
Hank, that way.
and kind of nudges you with his heels to try and direct you a little bit.
Is he gonna cast command?
I'm gonna, you know, blow air out of my nose a little bit and
Okay,
turn.
you can. If you want to do this, I'll give you guys 5 actions, sacrificing 1, and it'll sacrifice your turn. But you can move for him right now, and there'll be 5 actions in total. Doran goes,
Trust me, brother.
and he pulls his shield in front of your face.
Oh, that's so badass. That's
And
2
I'm
actions.
gonna go with my life, dwarf, and go wherever he tells me to go.
The
Okay.
trade offer.
Orvin, you look behind you as you hear a.
Oh shoot!
You jump out of the way as you see this trampling minotaur with a shield, and Orb is like smacking his ass.
Hell yeah.
And these guys just charge, crushing the goblin commando in between the stone pillar and this shield. And I will... and that will crush the goblin commando into a pulp. And that is... oh, yeah. That is all combatants down.
Nice.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on session 1 of campaign 2. I hope you had as much fun as I did.
That was incredible.
That was awesome.
Awesome.
Ooh, what a start. What a start to the campaign.
Yeah, honestly.
That was great.
That was fun. There's a unique joy of low-level combat. The silliness, the... yeah, I don't know.
100%.
It is like, I feel like low level combat is a lot more, you're kind of riding a knife's edge,
Yeah.
right?
You take
It's very
3 hits
lethal.
and you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we show on the stream just where kind of the journey we are on this map, on the world map? Because this is a new area, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll throw this to GM view. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, this is the continent of Sharathia, and the southern edge, the Horizon Isles, the Half Crescent Bay and Stratamos Bay. This was revealed on the final episode of Campaign 2, as well as the northern swath of land here. And this is where we pick up in the beginning of Campaign 1, right in the northern city of Grimhaldor, where the party was contracted to escort refugees down past Mount Stormfrost into Othron, the dwarven capital. They got cut off, and instead were ambushed here in the Everfrost Highlands, and then made their way over to this ice cave where they met the stranger, who led them into the path here in the Stone Shield Mountains, where they are now fighting with their newfound friend.
That's so cool.
Dang. That is so... I love seeing that.
Yeah.
You'll love to see it.
I have to fly.
Right on.
Yeah.
We're going to end the stream. Thanks everybody for watching, and we're looking forward to seeing you next time. We're not totally sure when we're going to dial down that date, but we'll let you know in community posts and stuff like that. So,
Ichabod's Echo.
all right. See you around, guys. Have a great night.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.
Bye.